Hello guys, welcome to another stream of EWC 26 Paris. Welcome all. थोड़ा जल्दी स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट किया बिकॉज पता नहीं क्यों बट जल्दी स्ट्रीम चालू कर दिया। तो थोड़ा अभी टाइम पास करते हैं क्या? पहले तो टाइम पास करने के लिए अपन क्या कर सकते हैं? पास करने के लिए कुछ चालू कर सकते हैं। अभी तो मैच चल रहा है भाई, दिखाओ कि नहीं दिखाओ यार? दो लोग देख रहे हो यार, कोई तो मैसेज करो, ऐसे मत करो यार। अगर ये लोग वॉच पार्टी नहीं कर रहे यार, पता नहीं क्यों, क्या हो गया इसको। ड्रैगो तो स्ट्रीम कर रहा है, ट्रैप तो पता नहीं कहाँ घूम रहा है इसकी आँख। ट्रैप चिंदी है भाई। तो यहाँ पे डालना पड़ेगा शायद। मैच दिखाओ क्या? लास्ट 1v1 हो गया है वैसे तो, बट दिखा सकता हो। क्या करना था मेरे को? ओ ओके या भाई लोग देखो, अभी मैच चल रहा है वैसे MIB का और
I don't think it's going to go that way at all. I think the fact that MIBR have gone back here shows that that was more of a blip on the radar, maybe being boomed after taking a
ML का 1 हो गया है।
This is a different scenario. They've just dominated a map.
हेगल का 1
They
हो
come
गया
in with
तो 1
most of their
चल रहा है
players
फिलहाल।
having
बेस्ट ऑफ
highlight
3 है,
moments. I think we're
लास्ट
in for a
मैच
very
है,
level game.
I mean लास्ट मैप है, तो इसमें देखते हैं कौन जीतता है वैसे। पड़ी ये मरा, अरे बच गया।
He just about.
Omen is ready for smoke. Sorry, blind.
He hasn't run away. He's still waiting for that push up inside of B main. Stalemate across the
अरे
map.
भाई क्या टाइमिंग है, उसको पता था मतलब वहां से ही आएंगे वो।
Still no clear.
वो तो लेके बैठा है भाई, थोड़ा भी राइट में देखा तो काम 25।
Could be an easier fight.
मरा, चेंबर मरा।
Just depends if one tap
HP.
the jump peak with 40 HP is crazy. And he's left
एक
down to 1.
HP भाई।
The flank coming in, and the defenders know this. I like this from Verno. He knew if he sits back and waits, he's going to get pressure from behind. The dart is going to help him out massively. The paranoia nullified, and Verno is having a crazy round once again. And now his teammates are looking to try and wrap him. Kira, though, has given an opportunity, but they're both so desperately low that it ended easy for MIBR. Verno, a hero once more in the early rounds.
Yeah,
बहुत ही गंदा तोड़ते हुए यहाँ पे। ओ डैम, मैच चल रहा है। हेलो शैडो, वेलकम। ऐसी है शैडो, शैडो
Verno holds the line. I
मेरी
like the
क्लास
idea
चल
as
रही
well
है।
from MIBR. It was a stalemate for so long, but they were
तेरे
ready
तो
to push
आंधे
B main.
मतलब
They were
ना?
ready to fight on short. More so ready to fight A main. And the second that push comes in through mid, they're like, okay, now we gotta go. We go back, we're dead, but we go forward, we have a chance. And that chance converts to a round win.
Is that a round 2, Odin?
I don't think it's round 3, so yeah. That's
राउंड 2 चल रहा है, राउंड 3 नहीं दोस्त।
It's a nice strategy, I have to say. I love it. You look at the trips that are in play
भाई
here.
कितना क्लोज आ गया वो फैंगिर।
Straight through a mid flood, you're going to already deal with
तो
quite
ओरे भाई
easily.
ओडिन लेके बैठा
I
है।
really want him to get one shot.
ओरे भाई
Then
ओडिन।
you've got that reveal that will come off the back of it. Verno with
There
the
was a
headshot.
chance for a second. There was a chance.
He gave him a
Odin.
moment to aim, but not to pull the trigger, at least.
Okay, they managed to bypass his angle, but he's given it up.
अरे घुस गया वो अंदर।
The only other
ओरे भाई 2 किल।
but Mazzino, he ended that last map. I think it was like there was 2 rounds where he came up with like
2
7
किल ले लिया
or
भाई
8
शरीफ
kills.
से।
Like just Mazzino just popped off, and that does make me a little bit more worried for all gamers that
पड़ी
it does seem like every
भाई
single
साहब।
member of this
क्या ही
squad
पुश कर
has
दे।
started to rise to the occasion. I know that at
Guys, like
times
the
there's been a
stream.
lot of criticism of a player like Tax, but I think in this
अबे ये
series
क्या
he's been
पहना है
one of
नाक
their
पे?
best players. And wow, a very clean second round coming out from MIBR. The Odin hasn't been lost.
टाइटल चेंज।
And we'll be
अबे
coming back
नहीं
in
वो
to what is a bonus round.
एक्चुअली
I'll be
मैं
honest, you don't
7:15 को
normally
करने
see
वाला
an
था
Odin
स्ट्रीम, तो थोड़ा जल्दी कर दिया और इनका मैच अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है.
No, you really don't. It's a problem to deal with. It is.
स्टार्टिंग में कीवर्ड डालना बहुत जरूरी है ना, बाकी का तो चलता ही है.
It's going to be that heads-up duel with Fangir, who has lost 2 in a row, which I wouldn't want to fight him at this point.
भाई इसने तो रॉक का बंडल लेके बैठा
he
है.
loses another, but hold on, Aspas is walking up on him, and there it is. Fangir.
Outlaw versus Operator. Who will win? Of course, Outlaw. Because they pick first, ना?
Twice, but
इसका ऑप उसने उठा लिया.
Tennessee.
NS जीतेगा. नहीं, NS जीतेगा. साले पहले से प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे थे तो करने वाला है कि नहीं स्ट्रीम?
Fool me once. Shame on.
Gun here. Gun here.
I thought from Tennessee it was.
Guy with an ivory knife. Okay.
You from Tennessee because you're the only 10 I see.
That was excellent. Are you from 10 I see?
Neon भाई के पास ivory knife
You're
है.
in Tennessee.
Exactly.
नहीं भाई 101 बुकार. क्या हो गया था तेरे को इतना बुकार हो रहा है तेरे को?
That was exquisite. Okay. Well, all gamers on their way to the A site. There is a big setup waiting for them here. A lot of trips as they just found out an easy spam for Mazzino. That's not the only one. There's another kill trip on the back of the camera. Landing a tag and maybe a little bit more. The door's gotten in the way. Save the day for now at least. Tex, as difficult as he normally is to deal with. They've got him in one and now the Op Odin retake. They might not want to go for this anymore.
Oh my god.
He's given them a chance. It's so close. The shoelaces taken off of Shrimp. GRQ tagged heavy as well. Down to 1.
HP low है बहुत.
Spam would be enough. He needs to tuck in that corner. He needs to find a safe haven. And Zekin doesn't know how desperately low that player is. He'll still be peeking in with the op, and it's a death sentence. Verno, 5 and 1. The ult to deal with. He's found him to start with. The spam can take him down with ease, and now just 1. But the mag runs dry. All gamers just about finding the round.
It's a weird one because normally going out of a bonus round, you say okay, that's not great, but they had an operator and an Odin,
and the op went in the hands of the opponent.
It was barely.
Oh my god.
A bonus at that point. It had a lot of bite.
It's time to ML to win this match.
Play off of the
like whole map, but
that was thrown in front.
ये किधर है?
But they actually do still have enough to buy him with another operator. Sure, it's at the cost of Mazzino, who's been their best player so far, so maybe a little bit surprising to see him have to take the bullet. But then also, the operator's on the other hand for Fangir, which I wouldn't want to give him that for free.
Oh my god.
He's going to be sent back. Blaze has bought them space. Bought them safe passage through middle. Fangir's looking to fill in the space after. He can't cross anymore. Not without looking for a
भाई क्या सेक्सी जगह पे कैमरा लगा है भाई. नाशिक.
For an A player.
If he pings
देख लिया उसने.
then there's a chance that you can maybe get the kill with a wall bang.
देख लिया बिडू.
It's going to be the Hunter's Fury thrown out. Almost seemingly off nothing, and that's an early double for Verno. He's been playing incredibly well so far. And 1 and then out, and in fact, no, Aspas feeling confident, goes for the repeat, the swing off his contact from Tex, and this trap setup has worked, well, I want to say more than perfectly. That is as good as that could have gone.
And this has been the case. Looking at the last map, you said it, it's an unusual pairing, but Aspas and Tex get so much work done together. Kira, you are dead to rights here. Big stun landed.
But that Tex cam was just enough for the contact of the Hunter's Fury. Because you've got to be sat there as the attacking side going, why the hell have they randomly popped top mid? Who Hunter's Fury straight into top mid? But it's because they can see them on the cam. Like he's able to get just that little pixel of information and go, look, there's guys here in a narrow laneway. If you line this up, you're going to get a couple of opening kills. That's really lovely stuff coming out from MIBR.
Yeah. A sneaky little play that ends up sending all gamers down to an eco. Round number 5. 2 away from Fangir, having a big old gun to work with, so there's definitely still dangers, and they didn't notice Kira slide right past. Zekin, down and out, a rifle into the hands of the attackers. Mazzino, he's got a player behind him. He doesn't have a clue, the buy's already passed. It's 2 players striking from behind, and well, now all of a sudden it's a competitive round. Those rifles not recovered just yet. They can be, they could be. If not for the
I think it will be easy for MIB to push this side because two people are on side. Nice.
Tex is already
Only one guy left.
house before the swing comes through.
One is coming from
Maga. Well.
Okay.
Looked like that was going to get seriously
Oh,
dangerous.
let's go.
And then Tex basically dropped in alone. Like, it was a little bit risky, but because they didn't have the plant down, he just looks for a timing. And unfortunately for all gamers, I think one of the first players he drops is the spike underneath Balk, which as a place to drop the spike, it's about as bad as it could be for where the remainder are. Still, a little bit of initial damage coming out from the side of all gamers. But this defensive side is looking good so far from MIBR, and you have to bear in mind, last time they played this map, they only managed 2 rounds total, so yeah, it's safe to say it's going a little better.
Indeed. A 4-1 start, and
oh my god,
the
again.
wind is in their sails now. For all gamers, oh, that paranoia has landed, but doesn't look like they're going to continue the push on MIBR, sitting back, sitting safe up against these rifles. Now, one of the things I'm curious to see, because Lotus, it was much easier to push and pull that map.
They are pushing mid now.
They attempted it on split, but MIBR did not fall for it anymore. They had the responses, they had the reactions, and now here on Ascent, I'm curious to see how this attack side will shape up. We've had a lot of failures here with the slower plays, and now an attempt to start with a bit of control towards the A site, late move back in the other direction, but again, MIBR haven't moved. They are sat still. An operator in a position that I don't think they could have ever expected. The angle onto GRQ and a big player removed. Still the Cypher setup to push through as well.
Yeah, they've got the TP to the backside if they need it. There goes Mazzino. That will now be a third player defending this side. The question of whether or not they want to fall back. No, they're going to try and pressure into what is now a pretty hefty setup. In fact, I think Mazzino even cancelled. He was like, you know what? I'm going to TP, then realized that Aspas has already rotated in and went, I don't need to. Let's hold up the other side of the map just in case. A player tagged up as well. They know exactly where they are, and they've got 20 seconds, Mitch.
Well, I think Mazzino would have committed that TP if not for map number 1, if not for the attempts in map number 2. Like, you see that push, you see it stagger for a moment, you think, okay, but the others are outside my site. I'm going to fake the TP across.
Or he's pushing.
We'll clean them up. This time it was a more direct play from all gamers. The problem is, as they decide to save, they're not allowed to.
Oh my god. Only so left.
One side of the trash compactor as the walls close in, a couple seconds left, and I guess we'll never know if he saved the weapon. That's how it goes sometimes.
Oh my god.
They did celebrate very quickly. So I'm going to assume they killed him.
Hi in April.
I'm going based off purely celebrations. No one wants to hear that. Yeah, see? See, there you go. No, we know.
I guess we'll never know.
We know. He doesn't have a gun. We definitely know.
Might drop them.
See, as said, my read of body language and celebrations. Oh, yeah.
It's possible.
Right,
drop
cool.
into teammate.
Anyway.
Time out.
Moving away from Mitch's idiocy. 5-1. Defensive side building. And now those pauses that we spoke about in map number 1 become imperative. They need to find a response here. Sure, versus Heretics, it was a pretty horrific attack side and coming out from MIBR, and a great defensive side on the other side of things, with both Shrimp and GRQ having a performance to remember. But as of right now, they're getting shut down before the round even seems to get started. Like, they're looking to try and take control. They're failing. They're looking to try and almost sell fakes. It's failing. They can't hold on to mid. They're losing it to the operator and set trap plays. Bono's in form. We've seen Mazzino have a decent couple of rounds. Tex has been fantastic throughout the series. And the funny thing is, right now, Aspas and Zekit are at the bottom of the board. They haven't had a whole lot to do in this matchup. Now, one thing that was building up into the last round were those ultimates. Shrimp, Bangir, and GRQ have weaponry to play with. But can they make something work here?
Oh, GRQ, as you said, just being a little quiet, a little missing this time, picked off from the side, but it is only the ultimate that's taken down. That trade good for the start.
Oh my god.
Aspas has opped him through the floor. The convergence path goes through. The spam is fantastic, but hold on. GRQ and Kira, they've got some life left in them. Caught by the ult, they might have been, but they fired back.
1v2. Now it's doing the bandit only.
Alone, he was getting some great shots in that first.
Ooh, what a timing.
So quick to walk through. Kira could never expect that level of aggression. And for MIBR, a 6th round locked in. There was definitely a bit of danger there, but considering the ulti's thrown by the other side, that's just fine.
Yeah, they throw in the running back even while not having a weapon into the hands of the player using it, but it was basically just take space, try and trade. That wallbang shot that came out from Aspas is just disgusting because Zekken is dead. If he doesn't hit that, he's dead, and he's the guy who ends up cleaning up the rest of the round. Tex continuing to be a safe pair of hands, and the problem is you look at that run and go, hey, it was a low buy. They use Tour de Force, they use Overdrive, they use Run It Back, they use Hunter's Fury. That is 4 ultimates committed to 1 round, and it doesn't net you a win.
Oh my god.
Sending him scurrying. Look at the push up from Aspas.
Oh.
Infraction cancelled by all gamers for a moment. Now they start to fight inside of B main. Aspas loses his TP back. He's a player pushed out on short to help him.
Oh my god, he
Drone's gonna
did.
send him flying. Dash out, but now look who's stuck in mid. Mazino has to stand his ground, has to stand tall, and that he does. A double kill on the Phantom. They were so pigeonholed on trying to deal with Aspas, they forgot that he might have had help.
Even still, that is Mazino over-delivering.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
You're supposed to keep him alive. Instead, you've taken 2 bodies in response. That's got to be infuriating. As said, this is the best we've seen MLBR look so far this tournament. Sure, they had those blowout games initially, but everybody can have a round, can have a moment. And that's exactly what they're doing now. Aspas, the man who was saved, has dropped the spike into middle. The remaining 2 players are running around like headless chickens. They're having to try and just get that spike back, and instead they're caught from every single angle. 7-1 in the lead. MLBR are running away with this.
Yeah, things have really changed since that first map where throughout the entirety of it, all gamers were competing, or even at times, especially on the attack, looking like the better squad.
Lose opening, win round. That was how it was going every round.
It was, I think, +4 overall for the team, but you had 2 players combined, +10 in opening duels on the side of MIBR, and they lose that map. It was Aspas, it was Tex, putting up numbers. All gamers dealt with it every step of the way. Now GRQ goes on to a favored agent, and still, we're not seeing that flare.
Well, the reason it was close was because Mazino was 0-6 in
Oh
opening
my
duels.
god.
And now he's in the argument for being their best player. Like, if you talk about a turnaround, he just single-handedly destroyed them in that last. And, well, when you're 7-1 down and this is the purchase, no ultimate still. Look at the pressure that's being put on. They've eliminated Bangit. Now, what I will say is that is the delivery of a fairly hefty upgrade in terms of weaponry. They get to keep the rifle and then get given an operator. I don't think that trade was worth it.
No, normally you're going to see players drop that up first, go in with the shorty, and then refract back. Of course, Aspas is feeling it at the moment, is the best explanation I can give. 7-1 up, but a little bit overzealous. Up against an eco, downright silly. But that's
Great
what happens
delivery
when you've got this.
though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Honestly.
That's
Aspas delivery. You'll get more than you bargained for.
problem is,
oh my god,
they
look
still
at
need
them.
to push out through this, and breaking in with the operator of all weapons might not help all that much. The Odin on the choke. The spam from both players catches by. He tried to slide through, but so many bullets came his way, it didn't matter. GRQ having to recover. Another spam. 2 players through the smoke on this initial push. GRQ tagged low again, even after his heal. He's on 23 HP, and they've barely any time left. This plant should be impossible with an Odin still in play, and it will be. Time running dry.
Oh my god, bro.
And chances
He's totally
for all
doing the Odin
gamers
only, like,
are running out. 8
first
to
round,
1
like a second,
in the
third
lead
round
are
something.
MIBR.
I always find this when I watch Verno that he looks like a player above his age. Like, because in that moment, you could forgive him to go, oh, if that guy's fought like 3 of my teammates, I can probably just go in and kill him. But he's like, nope, I'll wait 4 seconds, and then it's like 3.7 seconds. He's like, and now I'm fighting. Because I know that he can't plant the spike anymore. I'll just sit in the back line and make sure this round is over, and then I'll be a little bit greedy with the kill. It's just smart stuff that basically makes it impossible for GRQ to get anything. Sure, he's got that run it back online. They have been farming up those orbs all the way through the game, but we are yet to see that same heroic play that he was pulling out versus Heretics.
Oh my god.
After a very competitive first map, it does feel like these last 2 have left something to be desired from all gamers. The last remaining hope See, and here comes the ult.
Oh my god.
GRQ, it's delayed for a moment. Flash lands nothing. Reveal is there, and it's shut down right off rip. Dive through. Bye-bye. No one's with them.
Nah, I don't think.
Indeed,
Oh my
it
god,
seems.
look at that
To all
HP.
gamers, we need someone to step up to fill these shoes as players drop across the
What
board.
the
Seconds on 10 HP, and he survived
Oh my
that
god,
fight.
look.
Shot
They-
back for the kill.
भाई
And
उनको
with
अंदर आने नहीं दे
9-1
रहे,
on the
बाहर से
board,
तोड़ रहे।
is there any hope left for all gamers?
Okay, that is the second round I've now watched where Zekken 100% should have died.
He was
I'm the
so
god. ए
Bear in
डोबले एक
mind,
बात
they
बता
knew he
भाई.
was in that corner since the
कल
run.
जॉर्डन नाम
So
से
that was
बंदा
when they
कौन
still
आया था
had
रे?
their
तेरे
entirety
लिस्ट
of
में
their
ऐड
team
था बाद में
online.
वो तेरे
They
लिस्ट
then
से हट
peek
गया.
him from short
कोई था
as
शायद
well,
वो.
while swinging him at the same time. He ends up with 3 kills, and then the fourth player that runs in just goes, nah, I'm killing him, and just runs full swing and it gets killed by Aspas because he's so tunnel visioned in on just getting a singular kill onto Zekken. Just look at the scoreboard. I think the bottom fragger right now on MIBR has 9 kills. There is nobody underperforming.
But he was
And
he was
this is the
added in
team
your
of
Discord
promise. This is why
also,
at the
bro.
beginning of the year, you're almost laughing the fact that Zekken has managed
He
to
was
go and join
your
Aspas
friend
on the
in-
same
in
team.
Discord.
You're almost looking at the fact that they've held on to Verno and built this
How you added him
superstar-studded
without Discord
roster.
ID?
And it's not quite delivered, but when it does work, this is
And
what
he
you
wa-
get.
he joined
It
the,
feels
that
like they are
Riot,
fighting a literal war. And
Valorant
everything they
community
do, they
third
just
party
run
something on
head
that
first
one.
into it.
Riot community. I don't know. I
It's been
forgot the
same
name.
For the last map as well. Like that first half was close. It was a chance to be 6-6 if I'm not mistaken, and then we swapped sides and MIBR ran away with things. Now on this map, GRQ, look, he's top fragging at least, but I did think that, like, I liked the comp. I liked seeing them play
This
last
is,
time. I
yeah.
think GRQ especially is a huge step up, and he wasn't bad so far in this series. So you imagine that ceiling's going to raise.
9-1.
Map 1 looked better than Aspas, which is one hell of a feat.
Oh my god! Again,
But
voting.
now it looks like he hasn't even started playing. Indeed, nobody had to go 1 round of the board. 9-3,
No, now I can't see his
scoreline that they can hope
mutual.
and pray for, and even then,
When I
the
talked
Divine
with
will have
him,
to answer
he
for that
was
to have a
added in
chance.
the
Perhaps he
mutual
has. Aspas
and the
has made a
server
mistake. He's
also
missed a
same.
shot. A rare
Same
miss
as yours.
on one side, but then an immediate filling in of the blank
Oh
shrimp.
my god!
Tries on the wraparound, but look how confident Zekken is. He's running at them.
Oh!
And maybe he shouldn't
Two
be.
kill, oh my
Fangir,
god.
quiet so far, but now a chance against one of the world's best.
He's got nothing left, though. He's down to just a classic. He used his last headhunter bullet just to try and escape. And now with 7 HP,
Oh,
what
it's
he can hope
1v1
for
now.
is that either Aspas makes a mistake or he can get towards that site and find a gun. But you can already tell that the information has been given over. A rifle in the hands of Aspas, and it really does
And don't
just
lie,
become
bro. Let
a
it
game
be.
of chicken. And at least for the moment, it seemed like the Brazilian had the right idea. Or maybe he still does. He's going back towards his bin. Okay, it's been long enough. Both players decided to move at the exact same moment, moving in tandem. Now, Aspas is low enough that the classic could just do the work, but his opponent at this stage might end up running out of time. That's going to be the bigger problem. He has
Oh,
to
he
now
got
get in and get
Vandal.
that plant. And in fact, Aspas was starting to
What
believe
Aspas
that
doing
this was
there?
a move towards the other side of the map. Instead,
Lol.
now, he's got to go running back towards B.
And there's a TP available for Fangir, but he's not going to take the risk of even placing, and he doesn't know how close Aspas is. Of course, Aspas went to A thinking the spike had maybe been taken. He hadn't seen it for so long. As time ticks away.
He's 7
info-
HP and he's 53 HP. Let's see.
Aspas. He'll break the trap. He'll step forward as Fangir swings in, and
Oh
Aspas
my
lands
god!
the shot, digging a hole
He got
deeper
chance to kill
for
him, but
all
he
gamers,
couldn't.
burying them under round after round. This attack side, they may end the half with 1.
It's looking more and more
Bro,
likely
what
as they
he's
go
wearing
by.
on his
An
nose,
incredibly nice
huh?
attempt from
What
Fangir.
is
This
that
round
black
shouldn't
one?
have been particularly
Is it a
close,
neon?
especially after Zekken put him so desperately low and just seemed to have it dead to rights. This
I'm better than
correction with a
Aspas gang.
singular bullet left
Now crying
seemed like
check.
it might have been enough, but in the end, the final boss.
What is this?
Look at the scoreboard: 11, 11, 11, 11, 10. Like there really has just
insane.
not been a missing piece to the MIBR puzzle.
Oh my god.
And well,
Oh.
Zekken's getting more and more confident. In fact, this isn't just sheer
my God.
rundown. Bai is having to just try and hold on for life, and even an escape route doesn't
Oh
exist.
my god, look at the
They are being
push,
surrounded,
bro.
choked out, and they think maybe, okay, Is this the open site? Is it the one that nobody's holding? No, it isn't. There's still 1, now 2, now 3 and a 4th. Wrapping round the wall. It was Verno to close 11-1. The team that faced off against GE is showing up once again.
Listen, I don't think there's many teams out there that would look at especially an elimination match and a qualification match at the same time and say, I'd like to face MIBR in that one. But you definitely don't want to face MIBR in this form. You know how strong of a player someone like Aspis can be. We've seen Tex from the very get-go be activated, but now Mazzino, Verno, they're there alongside him. Zekin looks like he's unkillable. The amount of times I've seen him take what for anyone else would be a death blow and keep on moving. Even at times having Aspis as his savior with the op wall bang.
I'll be honest. If he hadn't died a couple of rounds ago to the Headhunter, and you'd said to me, oh, he was in God mode by accident, I'd go, oh, you know what, actually that makes sense, because there were rounds where, yeah, he gets wallbang like that while being spammed out by an overdrive. The round after where he gets 3 kills while stuck in the same corner for a whole round, and then a player runs at him just to kill him, and Aspis goes, did you forget about me? Like, come on, guys. Like, please don't forget the guy who has a champion's gun buddy. But even still, even with every once in a while a glimmer of hope, it gets shut down. This was probably one of the best opportunities they had, and even still it didn't go their way. And right after that, a complete decimation.
Guys, like the stream, guys.
It was a good defensive half last time out for all gamers, but
did you know I could 1v5 the whole
like hanging off a cliff edge.
Okay, my bad team.
Well, yeah, pistol.
So you call me beach? No, you are the bumcha, not
round
B.
after that will end the game as well.
Why is the room always so dark? Because it's dark. We want to see my room? Wait.
Maybe at 12-1 we can see a pause. I do think though, like,
I will show you my room. Wait.
Number 1, they made MIBR at times.
See this my room.
Fools. They caught them off guard.
It's not dark. I mean, I love the
that worked almost every time.
Blue one ring light. The blue
and catching
LED.
so many players off guard. But
That's
once
why I keep that
MIBR realized what was
this
happening,
is my room.
once they had that time between maps to discuss, okay, how should we react to those kind of plays? How should we react?
I
to
still
them
can't
pushing and
see
pulling like
because
that?
you are
Ever since
blind.
then, they cracked the code,
That's why.
and all gamers haven't had that extra gear to shift into. Now,
they need the fan gear.
they need the fan gear. If they're gonna have any chance, and there he is to start it off.
Fan gear
Did someone call
activated.
me?
I don't know what that means if you're still going for a car analogy, but who cares about that at this point? Anything that will work has to come through for all games. An opening pick is about the best scenario they've had, but Zekin just looks like he's hit a completely different gear, a different level. In fact, an even scenario. Nice work from GRQ, a player revealed, but they are losing as they go. Just the 2 players underneath. The flash is perfect, and a second round will
it's
come
11-1.
through. The lifeline has been garnered, and more importantly, GRQ getting most of those kills.
I
gets
mean,
him closer
Idol
to
just
that ult.
won two rounds
Perhaps
only.
a consolation prize, but you never want to count yourself out. Remember, this isn't a
I got 20
situation where they
vision.
can
Watch yourself.
rely on a lower bracket.
Probably
There's no extra layer. There is no safety net to fall into. It's a long way down and a long way back home for all gamers.
Like,
this pistol guarantees them at least a bit
are you
of
like
runway.
mentally?
And I was waiting to see if, as confident as they feel, they go in for the crazy force buy here, but MIBR are looking to get this over as quickly as possible in a more conventional way. And take the eco. Fan gear an opportunity to pick up a couple more orbs.
I'm perfectly and mentally stable. Oh my god.
A few coming out of this. The buy in the next for MIBR could be the beginning of the end.
Now it's time to lose
clean
ML.
as well. It's exactly what they want.
It's 11-3. Let's go.
5 alive for all gamers. It's a good start to the half.
Yeah, especially when they've invested on every single player. Like they have to do that. You can't be playing a
Did they won by the
bonus
eco
round
round?
where you're risking it here and there.
No. Oh yeah,
Gear.
there was eco.
Getting a few additional orbs, it's not going to help him in this next round, but if he could do
Oh, Fangirls have the
work with
operator.
The operator, he might be getting one for free. The problem is he lost all of his shields, so he's going to come back in with an operator, but no shields alongside him.
Oh, operator with no shield.
It's a thin line between another round onto the board and his opponents with an operator on the attack.
Time to freeze.
A buy has been bypassed.
Oh my
he's just
god.
shot, but I don't think they've noticed just yet. Never mind. They turn on a dime, catch him off, but the trades keep on
Oh
coming
my god.
in favor of all gamers until they don't. Verno dropping Shrimp. Means the spike makes it to the site. Means a 3
Oh,
versus
they have
2 in the
already
post plant.
2v5, 2v3, and one have the
There's
operator.
not much to help all gamers get back into this. The operator would love a pick, but I think
Oh
they've
my
spotted
god.
it now. They've seen that big gun. A paranoia for Kira
Oh
can
my
perhaps... In fact, it could catch them all if it's at the right angle, but waiting to get into position before it's fired through. It'll find one towards the backside. Clean
Oh
pick up
my
on
god.
Aspis, but Tex was not blinded by it at this point for
We won.
Fangir. 11-3, you need the round, but the time should be too far gone. And by now, it most certainly is with 2 left to get. It's all about
1v1,
orbs.
let's go, let's go.
It's all
Oh
about
my god,
punishing.
1v1.
The attacking side
Let's
making it costly,
go.
but nothing to be found. No op saved, and 3-piece for
Had
Verno gets
breakfast.
12-3 on the board.
You had your
The beginning
breakfast, nice.
of the end is here.
Yeah, maybe he thought there was no way out, but I think at that stage, saving the operator holds so much more value than a singular kill. Like, that round was already over, and definitely mistakes starting to creep in a little bit more. I think Shrimp walking back into the site after they've already completely lost it, it just seems panicky. And you can understand why. Their tournament life is on the line. The
I am
last
asking, no, I'm not having
representative
the breakfast now.
of VCT China.
I just
And it looks like
I'm just drinking the
America's
masala. Nimbu
might be
masala.
getting one more team at least in towards the playoff stage. They are, however, a man up for now. Not a bad start.
Man to
So I joining to the
second
mid.
down as well.
and no one
The
is
immortal
there.
Man,
He bleeds.
finally. Early pickup, but still some weaknesses here. They're certainly not out of the woods. Paranoia Prime fired through.
Oh my
Top
god.
one, but not the second player. Luckily, Aspis is quick to get out of there. He heard a shot coming at him from behind and bailed. Bai's now rotated in to help the squad, and Spawn still cut off by Kira with the flank up by Fangir. All gamers have MIBR boxed in with a man advantage to play with as well. This is looking set for 12-4.
Yeah, they've got to run it back if they need it.
Hosova got damage.
QRQ sat at the back of the site, and that's exactly what he's going for now. Just try and make things even more awkward for them, even just a singular
Oh
pick.
my
But no,
god.
he's denied by text. The problem is, should now know that there's a decent amount of players at the back of this site. Aspas
3
desperately
people.
low already.
Oh my god.
And Bai will hold his ground. The move towards the other side of the map doesn't even seem like an option anymore. They've only got 15 seconds to try and make this move. And although eventually we'll see a player lost, it's not going to matter too much. Although, if he got that TP off, there was a chance at a plant, but Shrimp made sure it wasn't.
Trying to
Just
do
got
the
there in time
ultimate
to take him
A,
out
but he
before he
couldn't.
slipped into the shadows.
Drinking
Another
the what?
opportunity
It's Nimbu masala,
for the
bro.
streak of rounds for a legendary comeback against some of the
Water,
best
water.
that the world has to offer for all gamers. They proved themselves on map number 1. But this task, it seems too tall for any team to make 8 rounds against MIBR in a row from this point forward. Tour de Force online for Fangir. I don't think he's going to be
That's
safe
12
enough
of
for
4.
next.
Let's see. It's time to
I
ML to
think with
win
the
this
fact that
match,
they
but
don't have the credits.
Igel is trying to
Lose
do
a
the
player or
best
two and
to win this
the panic will
rounds.
kick in, but the outlaw's
Also,
perfect.
yeah,
Water
all of
is
them
water, the
so
fuck is
yeah,
Nimbu
already made
masala?
off.
Except Aspis.
Nimbu masala also water.
Interestingly going for that hero
Fangir?
gun in this round.
He's heard them right, he's
Oh,
heard
he
them
got
right, he's heard
killed.
them right. Oh my god! What is happening? They were stepping for the
What
last
they're
5
doing here?
seconds. The man's deaf. He's unplugged his headphones. It's a 5v3.
Oh,
and
the
Aspis
hell, no.
has got by.
Bro.
The dawn of this series looked so bright
What
for
the
all
heck?
gamers. They pushed MIBR to the limits, but as dawn turns to day, a dark night
Oh
on
my
the
God.
horizon for VCTCN. They are going home,
Bro,
and
what they
MIBR
did, bro.
push through to playoffs.
Yeah, it seemed like it was going to be a worrying day for MIBR with that first map. They had themselves in a pretty decent position, and then we saw the fight back from their opponents. But on map 2 and map 3,
Made in Brazil.
this is the MIBR we hoped to see here at EWC. A brilliant performance, adaptations in map 2 and map 3. Honestly, it could have been an email. That was so quick with how they were able to get through their opponents. They
Guys, like the stream, those are watching right now.
Oh, they absolutely
I
do.
was
What a
giving
bounce back. I
comms
mean,
to Aspers, that's why
Allgamers'
he won.
plan on map number 1 worked to
Yeah, are you mad or
perfection.
something?
Their preparation paid off, but the adjustments from MIBR were there. From the second we stepped into map number 2 on split, we saw those issues fixed. In the pistol round, MIBR were ready for what was thrown at them, and from that point forward, it became more and more dominant. But this last
will
map,
be the timeout now.
it shines a light to just
It will be
how
Zoom
strong
soon.
MIBR can be. A big team now, locked in for playoffs. And that's all the time we've got in the game. It's time to throw this one back to the desk with the beautiful, the wonderful.
Alright, you're calling me crazy. You are crazy, bro.
Thank you very much, Mitch, man. As it is MIBR Los getting the job done here against
let's wait for the next
and
match.
as he so eloquently said,
G2
crushing the
versus
hopes of a
G2
VCT
versus
China representative in the playoffs. It also means
RedForce.
it's 100% win rate so far, qualification rate so far here for VCT Americas. They are 3 for 3 and will go 4 for 4.
Okay, I will be
attempt to
back in some
our
minutes
next series,
because
but it's time to celebrate
right now it's time
MIBR
for
Los
the
hitting the right
RedForce
notes
versus
and
G2. Let's
finally
see.
achieving that potential we've been waiting for them to see.
It's good to see that it is in ascent, right,
Can you
as
take a
well.
poll also
To
if
see
you
that
want?
face, to see the bounce back from what we saw against Team Heretics. All of the players, I believe, showed up. Bruno, I think that throughout the series, redemption arc complete.
Yeah, I mean, I think I love that they went back to Ascent. I think it shows good prep work and fantastic coaching
Whereas I said,
from
if you
this
can't
squad.
play Ascent.
But I think when you get destroyed on a map like that, I love that they go back to it because it means that they felt prepared and it felt like also all gamers showed their Ascent as well. That shows to me that they feel like they have a very, very confident read. And I think when I watched this game, that's what it felt like. Every move all gamers tried to make was so confidently shut down because they had all the information. This was prepped well ahead of time and great IGLing there. I think I really want to give flowers to Verno because that map 1 looked very poor. It looked poor. We were, saying sat there at 1 and 9. Is he going to be able to pick himself back up into the game? He did a fantastic job individually in this map 3, but calling structure rock solid here for MIBR.
There were also a lot of unforced mistakes for the side of all gamers. I know that in the last round it seemed a little bit tragic. Love to see the voice. They'll love to hear the voice that Mitch was given to that situation because I think that was going through all of our heads.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on, no, not this way. You can battle through after the series that you've given us today, after what you've given us throughout the tournament. This is the way we're gonna say goodbye to you. Bit sad.
Yeah, I want to go back to the Verno point just because it was a difficult start for him. The 1 and 9 on that first map, first half, and then finishes top of the lobby here in the match that matters while still calling the game for the rest of the squad.
I think that also something that we didn't get to mention in the first one is that in head-to-head duels against Fangir, he was like 8-0 to Fangir. I think like Verno was like, I can't kill this man. He's coming at me. I shoot. My weapon don't work.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen for the rest of the series.
I mean, it's great resilience. That's why these are top-level players. That's why these are players that, when this roster was built, we keep saying it, was expected to lift trophies. Great names across the board, a fantastic organization behind them. I think they truly showed their potential today, locking themselves into that playoffs.
All right, well, we can hear more now about MIBR Los' last series with Tech standing by right now with Gennaro.
All right, Tex, that's another win. I'm assuming a weight off your shoulder now that you've qualified for the playoffs.
Feels so good. I can't even lie. It feels so relieving.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys also had us in that first half. So I want to talk about Lotus first things first. What went right and then wrong and then right again and then wrong again?
Yeah, I don't know. These Lotus games are getting a little too close. I don't know. We have it, but we don't have it. We're making some weird mistakes. We even figured it out right after the game what we were doing wrong. So it should be better for the future. But yeah, just a lot of momentum. They honestly played really well as well. So yeah, props to them.
Would you say being able to figure out what went wrong on Lotus allowed you to adapt for the second and that third map? Because the last one, respect.
Yeah, so they have a pretty similar playstyle in all of their maps. So honestly, figuring out what we're doing wrong and how they're going to play in the future is really important.
And then now that you're heading into playoffs, of course, you've had a couple of learning lessons, I assume, so far from the group stage. What's been the biggest takeaway that you think will make the biggest impact once you are in front of a crowd?
I don't think the crowd will bother us too much, but I think we're
Guys,
really
how
to
much
focus
time
on
left
ourselves.
for the G2 series?
We're our biggest enemy, honestly.
G2 versus
so once we defeat that, and
RedForce,
which we did
how much
today,
time is left?
it looks good.
Speaking of
started on,
focusing
like,
on yourselves,
7:15,
you
right?
individually had a really good performance, even on that Lotus map. So what do you think allows players to really just lock in when they are on the stage competing?
Honestly, my teammates make it really easy for me. They have a lot of confidence in me, and I honestly am fueled off of confidence. So my teammates hype me up, they tell me nice shots, and I feel comfortable.
All right, that sounds like a lovely group environment. I'm going to say congratulations once again. Thank you so much for the interview. That's it from us over here. We're heading back over to the desk.
Thank you very much, Ginny, as it is Tex who has been a rock for this squad, plus 21 in this whole series. You know, we talk about the firepower that Aspas brings, that Zekin brings, but Tex just so solid throughout.
Yeah, I mean, I think these kind of some more supportive players, they're a big name duelist in a big duelist meta will often get talked about, but it's the quiet players, the support players that they're the guys I like the most. You know, when they start to fry, that's when teams find this next level. So full credit to Tex and the squad for bringing this one home. They will be advancing to the playoffs on the big stage now, and they're getting the job done for Americas, doing fantastically as a region here.
Is this when I say that Tex also comes from EMEA? Like, how many times can I just say that? Is that every team? Yeah, I can always spin it because there's always some talent coming from our way. I think that it is important what he's saying about figuring out how they play and how they replicate it in the rest of the maps. Yeah. And I think that one of the things that has characterized, especially the old gamers that we saw today, is how quickly they skyrocketed. They escalated their own mistakes. It's like there was no one to de-escalate the situation. As in, somebody makes a mistake and everybody triples down onto that. MIBR takes advantage of every single one of the situations. You cannot lose sight of what your goal is when you're playing against a team of this caliber.
Yeah, I mean, I think composure and experience are massive things when the pressure starts to ramp up. All the guys on MIBR here have been there and done that, even if they are quite young. They really know what it's like to compete internationally. For all gamers, not had as many reps at that, and I do feel like it showed today.
Yeah, and as I always like to do, the callbacks here when we're right and when we're wrong, and this was a time where I was wrong. GRQ got his hands on the Phoenix. I was very excited to see it. It just, him and the team didn't quite have the same setups and the same impact to put him in positions of success, but still, hopefully a growing moment for this young squad.
Honestly, I do think that it was also the capabilities that MIBR had to bring back some of the rounds. And so many of them, all gamers were start with the opening pick and just putting pressure onto them. And MIBR were the ones that were able to really play together and turn around the situation.
Yeah, I mean, look, coming from someone who was a former coach, right? You know, a lot of people talk about those pre-round strats, right? But really, that breakdown in the middle of the round when it gets scrappy, having the good enough fundamentals to be able to get that out, that's where you earn your salt, to be honest, as a good support staff, good IGLs, good leadership, developing those fundamentals, and I really feel like MIBR had that in spades today.
All right, well, with that victory, that does lock up Group D for us as we take a look at the bracket one more time to close it on out here on this Group D before we turn our focus to Group C. It started off with Heretics and AL to kick off not just this bracket, but their starting tournament. It was such a fantastic game. MIBR Los taking care of business against Global Esports. 5 rounds. You heard us hammer that one home. AGAL defeat Global Esports, who woke up and won a couple of rounds there, but still didn't win a single map. And then afterwards, we had the upper bracket. Pretty great series between Heretics and MIBR Los, and now we have our two teams moving on in. It is those two teams. Do you feel like that was the fair result for this bracket here?
I think so. I would have loved to see all gamers make it. I actually do think they had a good tournament overall.
It would have been fun.
It would have been really fun, but I think MIBR have that experience. I feel like if one of these teams is more able to make a deep run, it would have been MIBR, so I'm happy to see them in the playoffs where I do think they can do real damage.
I'm always down for an underdog story. I think that is literally the one singular best thing about sports, is seeing someone that you do not expect that much to win, or especially going up against Goliath such as this one and managing to get the victory. I think that is seriously the thing I like the most about sports. This time around, it could not be, but at the same time, we were speaking about the highlight that this MIBR roster is in itself and how we want to see them succeed. I agree. For them, having a deep tournament run could also mean them adapting to bigger teams, seeing players unleashed on the bigger stage, and that is something that we have to be excited about.
All right, well, with that means Group D is done and dusted, and it's our final spot into the playoffs up for grabs. It's a rematch of day number 1, the champs of NA against the final hope against Pacific. It's G2 Esports up against NongShim RedForce. We'll set you up with the pre-match after this short break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching EWC 2026.
EWC 2026. Bro, are those NongShim are the people with the VCD? Oh, sorry, champions, I guess. Anyone watching here? Oh, it's a break right now. I hope this break ends fast. Breaking the area. Oh, there is an update. Wow. There is an update. La 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 la. How much time it will take? Oh, it's already 7:30. Okay, okay. No, 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 no. Oh my god, it's like a 10 minutes. Okay, okay. Ba, 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 ba. No, 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 no.
7 teams have booked their spots into the playoffs, but only 2 have the opportunity to get that final number 1. It is the Group C decider match between NongShim RedForce and G2 Esports, a rematch of day number 1, and the lone win for Pacific as a region here at EWC. Pacific sitting at 1-7, the Americas sitting at 7-3. Will they be able to go 100% qualification to the playoffs? Let's find out together as we break it all down. Kukuka and Big Time here for you to kind of give insight on these squads who are now on stage and almost ready to go.
I'm a super big NongShim fan.
This is crazy hate.
Wow.
And crazy
hate. Crazy, yes.
I see where it is. You
Whoa!
Look, we all love Baby Bay here. We all love Baby Bay. My love for Baby Bay.
I feel like some people like Baby Bay a little bit more than others.
Look,
some people.
I love my region. I'm here for Pacific. I'm here for the boys on NongShim. We have to get a team in playoffs, people, and NongShim is by far our best shot, like you say. Look, they got the only win. It was against G2, and I was impressed by them. Look, in Pacific, NongShim have been a team I might have doubted a little bit. I might have slept on a little bit. I think they made some mistakes. I think that they did some things with the roles that I didn't love, but they're back to normal. Danby's back home on the Neon. Xros is now in that supportive second man in that secondary duelist, and I love the changes from them. I think we've seen them play very, very good Valorant here, so maybe now's the time.
Tell us about G2.
No, you disagree?
Listen, Breeze, I understand.
Yeah.
It was a mistake, okay? The 2 times that G2 has gone against NongShim, that has been both of them this year, they have lost. We've always gone the distance, but you can never count G2 out. I think that the history is just Andre just like doing his things. I remember the story about the previous mouse mat that he had, but I think that Valen, this man here, this entire squad is the pride and joy of North America. So many times that we have believed in them, and I know that there's been some hearts that have been broken. I guess that you can say the same for NongShim when they made certain decisions, but G2 is a team that always manages to reinvent themselves, to look for the next wave of Valorant, to just keep innovating with incredible individuals and just always top in the Americas region. And I think that, you know, the only thing funnier, I am willing to sacrifice having all the Americas teams in playoffs if that means we do not get any Pacific ones. I'm going to have such cool week just pissing you off all the time.
Yeah, that will be very fun for me, but let's hope that doesn't happen. One thing I want to cast your mind back to is G2 Esports. They're in the final of Masters Bangkok. This is their best chance to lift the trophy. They looked amazing all the time. Who's on the other side? It's a full Korean squad of T1. T1 are the ones who get the win. Cast your mind back. I will say, I think G2 struggle with the Koreans. I think they struggle with the style that they bring out there. And I think the empirical evidence is kind of on my side here, Kukuka.
Exactly. I'm going with the underdog then, okay? They've won both of the times, so technically G2 should be the underdog coming into this encounter. I do agree. The face that we're seeing from NongShim reminds us of the brilliance that we saw at the beginning of the year. They've been very close. They've already won against G2. In fact, they haven't lost against G2, exploiting every single one of the weaknesses. All the changes that G2 made into their maps fell short against a NongShim that was all through and through better prepared.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see this NongShim team have that return to form. The start of the year was unbelievable for them. They didn't lose a match in Pacific. They went to Santiago and they didn't lose a match. They couldn't have been better. It did take that dip in the middle, though. The meta changed. The roles changed. They had to figure it out. But now I feel like they're finding their footing once again. But the thing is, it's not just Danby on the Neon anymore. Xros is a fantastic second man in. I want to talk about Ivy as well.
Yeah,
this guy
was
he was sensational for the team, and he always is. I think this is a very stacked roster that, if anything, is probably slept on after a slightly disappointing Pacific performance.
I think they slept on themselves.
The
potential was there.
I wouldn't disagree.
The wings were there, and they were like, how about not?
And
it's like
Neon se jeete
yeah, they did kind of just go, we're amazing, let's ruin.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things was like, all right, we're gonna move Danby off of the Neon that he's so good at, probably one of the best in the world. Some would say the best in the world. And we'll figure it out, right? And that didn't quite work out. Now they switching back onto the Neon. Things look fantastic. Ivy also firing up as well. It is a very scary NongShim roster that G2 have to come up with.
You know what it is? It's like putting training weights on, you know?
I'm gonna need some explaining here. You said training weights, and I thought about the scene in Mulan when she has to go and climb the The tree trunk?
Is that what you mean? It's like trying to run underwater, and then when you run on land, you're so fast. They play without Danby on the Neon, just as practice. How do we sync up as a team? How can we make this work? And then when it really matters here at EWC, they swap it back. They go, okay, Danby, let's go. You're back on it. And now they're ready to go. It was the plan all along. Silkanon, I never doubted you.
Listen, if Bucket was here, I would make a Dragon Ball reference, but he's not, so I will save it for the next time the NongShim play, if they are to make it out of this group. Let's take a look at the map, Vito, because it looks pretty familiar.
I mean, it's the same so far. NongShim picking Breeze. They were very, very good on this map. A lot of A spam.
They went A.
They went A.
And then they went A. And then we went Sunset on the second map.
It was
Breeze. Literally, G2 just wants revenge, it looks like.
Yeah, so...
Oh, no.
Heaven.
That's the switch there. It will be closing out there, not split by G2.
Okay, so yeah,
Sunset देखना पड़ेगा क्योंकि अभी प्रीमियर भी Sunset ही आने वाला है.
Map 3 didn't go their way in the past, so now they think they have
now
a
they
little
change
bit.
it.
I think they have a better shot on Haven.
Win.
Yeah, I mean,
what you gonna do?
I like it. I always think it shows a lot of confidence when both teams run back the same veto, because the winning team is going, we beat you at exactly this, we can do it, and the losing team has gone, well, we learned from that, we know we can take you next time. So it's always a nice little bit of mind gaming when these first two maps are going to be exactly the same. So a lot of weight goes on to the coaching staff then, in my mind. If you're going to run these games back.
मुझे तो यार हेवन पसंद है, like in operator
if you run these games back, it really does mean that the coaching staff from both sides feel like they've learned from that game and will have a read now. So it's read versus read.
I expect this game to go to a third map, and I think that we all should be on the same boat, not only based on the past matches that we've seen from them, but also from the form that we've seen. But to me, seriously, the most important is that Breeze. We were speaking about and laughing it off a little bit on how NongShim just kept going A, but the massive hold that G2 had on that side of the map was exploitable. So we cannot blame them in the slightest. They have, however, kept playing it and got another rep. They have fixed some of the mistakes. To me, still, the one player to look at is Jogemo and how much he's suffering playing on that KO. Baby was saying that he was setting him up time after time, giving him his kudos for obviously playing for the team. But at the end of the day, I want to see a Jogemo that is unleashed as well.
Yeah, I agree.
9 and 15 was Jog in that first Breeze. 8 and 16 was Baby Bay on the Neon. So again, we'll see if they stick with it as we move towards Agent Select.
Yeah, look, it looks like G2 doubling down and they're sticking with this composition again, even though it didn't work against NongShim before. You know, it's tough when Danby's the Neon on the other side. Baby Bay has a lot to live up to in that direct head-to-head. Can they make it work this time? Because I will say, when we saw it from them again later down the bracket, I did like it a lot more, but it's all about what have you learned? Can they stop the A spam that NongShim will almost definitely try and condition?
I also like the harbor a lot. I think that in this map there's so much versatility that you can have with it. So many walls on the side of NongShim. You have the Neon, you have the Phoenix, you have the Harbor, you have the Viper. It is incredibly annoying to deal with that, and that's probably why you want to go in. There's so many ways that you can segment that.
I guess
in some occasions, Jogemo doesn't hit the first knife because of the nerves to the initiators. It kind of loses value.
I mean, the big thing I want to see from G2 is fight forward in a main.
Yeah,
if you give a main, Exos will farm the ults, he will get the ult online. That's the game plan. Everybody knows it, so I don't want to see G2 sit too far back. Normally you see A being played for retake, but you can't do that against the Phoenix comp. You have to show you can beat them there. Look for that area of the map, especially in the first 6 rounds.
Agent Select has been completed, but you could see Baby Bay pointing something out there with the light, so I think it'll take a little bit of time as they try to set that one up.
He actually didn't want to pick Neon.
What a misclick.
Oh, the light was in my eyes. I picked Neon. I didn't mean to. And also, Jogemo just happened to lock KO as well, and that just happened to be the same composition. We'll get you an update in just a little bit from a competitive standpoint on that as we wait to see this one here.
I will say for me, one thing that I don't think is touched on enough in this G2 comp is the use of Astra. We've seen a couple other teams try Astra, and I do think it's a really nice fit across the map. I think on that attacker side, it unlocks B a little bit more, which is very, very important. And the theory is there that you should be able to fight a main a lot more aggressively. You can place those stars to kind of limit the attacker's movement.
Yeah, but you're speaking about the attack. They first need to get onto that attack in a healthy enough form so they can get some rounds on the board. And as you're saying, for the the defense. All of these possibilities are definitely there. But the way that NongShim were playing it, sometimes through main, sometimes through mid, being so abrasive with the walls and the utility falling onto it, is almost like you cannot blame Valen. He really tried to create those situations, but NongShim were on top of all of them.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I think this is a map NongShim just continually loved because they understand that A side so well. And I will say, I've been very, very impressed with Xros since it's him that took over on that Phoenix. I think it's a role that fits him incredibly well. For those of you who don't know, before he came to Tier 1, he was a duelist guy. He played a lot of Yoru. He actually adapted across to that initiator to fit the team. And now he's even more unleashed.
And here we go. NongShim RedForce, winners of Masters Santiago, G2 Esports, the conquerors of VCT Americas, the pride of VCT Americas, and again, so far throughout the EWC 2026 Valorant tournament, it has been 4 out of 5 playoff spots claimed by EMEA, and 3 out of 3 potential so far here for Americas. Will G2 make it a perfect 4 out of 4, or will NongShim finally rise up for the Pacific, who the rest of the squads did not show up in Global Esports, RRQ, and very surprisingly Paper Rex? There's only one still remaining here. And we will start with that Breeze as we hand it on over to our casters for the call. It's Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much, Degon. Yes, here we go. Ready to get into the action just about. Breeze again between these two squads. A rematch not just from Master Santiago, from an earlier on here at EWC. It was a 13-5 affair for NongShim to be able to take this map. G2, what have they learned from that is the big question.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot to learn there. Of course, it's a very tough map to go up against NongShim on because of the way that they're so quick to get to the punch. Like Dombi's so good, he's got so much open space to work with, and
बहुत ज़्यादा easy अगर वो neon ही खेलते
with the Harbor and the Viper,
because उनका neon ही sexy है भाई. Dambi का neon sexy है भाई.
Explosive plays behind the Phoenix and the Neon to really disrupt you, but it will be G2 starting on that defender side. It was very difficult for them to do much. I still look towards this Astra to get more value here for this new G2 comp. Obviously, yes, Baby Bay as well on the Neon. Had a real rough go of it. It's a tough ask to go up against Dombi when you're on the Neon, no matter who you are in the world. So a couple players that we're looking at really find some impact here. See if they can slow NongShim's roll.
Exactly what they're looking to do. Some cheers from the stage. These players are fired up. It's going to be a full share of purchase here for NongShim, wanting to have some oomph to this. But G2, though, looking decently prepared as they have this double stack ready to strike into mid. Slide across Leaf, playing this very cautiously, carefully. Absolutely annihilates them.
What the hell?
3 kills found, only Xros able to peel 1 back, and now Ivy. All of a sudden, the last one standing. 0 point not to connect for the swing out. He will be overwhelmed and taken down. Jogamo able to find the second kill. G2 find the opening pistol.
It's a good read. Just remembering and looking into the past that they don't check that angle, don't check that quarter, and on top of that, I mean, Leaf absolutely brilliant in those shots. That is not easy to do, even when you're offered the time.
1, 2, 3.
That third one.
Clean, clean, clean. Big round win. Got to jumpstart things here for G2. Should be leading into a pretty easy 2-0 start for them.
Wait, Neon is pushing?
A lot of firepower here is Baby Bay just looking to take this space outside of A main.
Only one bandit invested here for NongShim. Ivy, who is a real menace on a lot of maps against G2 last time, faltered in their follow-up, but Baby Bay.
Oh my god.
Right in.
Look at him.
RV's smoke, and they're kind of ready for it. They're at least going to spam him out of there, but didn't really take too much damage at all, so RB suffers quite a bit more.
Oh, they picked the
space still looking to be taken. Those Dombi. They're sliding out of that, through that wall rather, and Valen will quickly dispatch him. Clinton ready to come through, Gravwell to try to hold Ivy in position.
My god.
He can't quite make that bandit sing the same way, so does end up getting taken down. Pole position for a flawless retake here. RG2 as Babybay will be able to finish the job. It's sort of RB and X-Rolls just with the classic isn't able to find too much value there at that range.
Oh my god.
The last one will jump out. We'll stop it from being a flawless, but Trent, only one not really bringing a weapon into this outside of the Sheriff, so Diffuse to come in and G2 start things off hot.
Yeah, they're looking really well drilled right now. Some good reads on some timings. You can see there's a little bit of practice and preparation, anticipation of how NongShim's going to want to time those lurks with Ivy. They had the grab well ready for it. So really just very solid understanding prep. It's tough to beat a team 2 times in one event. G2, very, very good. Comes to their practice, their ability to adapt. Babybay 3-0 already. Much better start than we saw the last time out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of a warm-up for him.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets one more kill, he's already halfway to his kill total from the last time they played on this map, so.
The chamber is a little bit different than Neon.
A little.
So there's some adjustments to be made. Quick little walk, clear down through elbow, and this should give G2 a lot of comfort and a lot of information that this is still going to be an A-side lean from NongShim, especially as they do hear that drone. So players now starting to get in transit. Ivy trying to watch for that flank. Cuts him off for now. Valen just going to go getting inserted at double doors. Stop that Viper from being able to flank through. For now, though, site will be taken. The plan to come in. Shogs previously used, won't be able to find much of anything there. But Ivy not winning the fight. Leaf is able to take him down. Early advantages again for G2.
And Valen gets spammed up. But G2 maybe just going to have to try to play for a few exits here. We'll see, though. They've got an opportunity if they can find a pick.
Fragment out. X-Ross knows exactly where Jogomo is. Francis is able to find the one. The double swing is going to be coming in, but Jogomo not fast enough to find that punish. So X-Ross still going to get for one before getting taken down, but it's still good damage found. Need to get onto this Diffuse ASAP if they want to have any chance of winning this one out. But Leaf now knows that it's going to be over, so we'll just get taken down. We'll see if he can find anything additional on the back of this, but he will not. 2 players surviving. Still good damage for G2, but NongShim get on the board.
Yeah, so even though you're playing a bit of retake here, one of the things the desk was talking about was how important it's going to be for G2 to not give up those easy A hits or just kind of have plans around it. You're playing for retake, very difficult against this NongShim comp, in particular because of the Phoenix makes it really tricky sometimes when you're getting flashed, trying to clear a little bit of extra space towards those pyramids. It's going to be X-Ross with his ult coming into
and so
this
playing in
round.
A side.
It's going to be the Outlaw there for Babybay. It's only 2 players who are one-tap to it, RB and Ivy. So here's Babybay hoping to find that lurking player from the side of NongShim, but actually
Viper and Sova is playing B
as the lurk,
and 4 people are
got his
pushing there.
hands full. He can't really clear too much space. The recon goes pretty deep. He's just going to peel back. So NongShim, I think, probably pretty aware. They have to try something a little bit different. But so much utility here at the door. Lock can be absorbed.
Running back through. Ivy, however, going to be taken down. That snake bite from Leaf is able to find him. Kill to come in, ult to expire. Now Leaf just poking forward, finds RB. Down, be dead. X-Ross now needing the rescale forward, but as these walls fall, so too shall he. Francis going to be able to find just the one more kill. Is wary about this flank, but can't really do anything about it. Jogomo
3-on-1
has the jump, 5-1-1 on this KO, and 3-1 now on the
They're not
scoreboard.
giving
really
them chance to
impressive stuff already from G2, showing that they're willing to contest that A main a little bit more and have good ideas on how to hold the B executes. That one there, maybe just relying a little bit too much on the run it back that it can clear a lot of space. There's just so many smokes at the front of the site there. And Ivy just tries to disrespect the util, and maybe it was the decay, maybe it was a spam shot while he was walking through. That snake bite goes down to it, so you're back onto an eco.
Quick shot, Domby trying to up the pace with Babybay. Absolutely denies it, pumps the brakes for them, and Jogomo back up forward for another extra kill, but it will end up getting taken down. Weapon
Savage
potentially to be grabbed. RB
Savage Neha. अरे नेहा तू है क्या? Mobile Legend वाली.
Hurts away as the Nebula will fall, but fan out into mid. The drone looking to try to spot someone, and Ivy will give them a glimpse.
I think ये वाला मैच भी I guess
Not
G2 ही
challenge him this
जीतेगी.
time. Just gonna instead split 2-2. Try to play it a little bit safer.
किसी को भी watch
Maybe
party
they can
करने दे
outlurk the
देते
lurker
ये
here.
भी. भाई permission
Behind
ली है
Ivy.
मैंने watch party के
Have to
लिए.
group up. They need to make sure that this hit goes through.
Sorry noob, तू
Knowing
noob.
that there's likely going to be 2 left at least
तू
on
noobड़ी.
this A site. You don't have the brute force of Dombi there to lead the charge.
Oh my god, they are pushing A now. लेकिन यार यहाँ पे तो G2 के लोग पहले से खड़े हुए हैं.
Timing. It's well read by
Flash
Valorant.
आएगा. Flash.
About to be under some pressure in this time.
Yeah, baby
No
boy.
scope, not going to be able to connect. Ivy barrel stuffing. He's able to find that
Baby
headshot
boy.
now. And take that outlaw into hand. Leaf, the only one that would be vulnerable to the one shot. Push forward, though, it's going to be Trent taking that contact. Takes him down, no damage to be suffered. 2 players to try to hold the line here for NongShim.
भाई
Around
वो
back into
बहुत
their
oh
favor,
my
but
god.
it's another kill for Leaf with a
Oh,
snake bite.
let's go.
He has the follow-up as well. He is on fire already. As G2
It's
starting
4-1
himself
now.
4-1. It's ahead of the next buy. Some ults cycled in here for NongShim. Do we see a timeout called?
I think they should. I think you're going to have to talk here pretty quickly about how you want to address this. Like, do you want to try to take some more aggressive A main fights? But G2's already shown that they're willing to contest that space, use some of their flashes to try to make sure that it's not just going to be a free run into the front of A. Instead, Silkanon gonna let this run down at least one more round to see if RB dial up the proper response. You do have a couple big ults here on both sides. No command for Jog. RB's ult and Francis' ult available. So see what the plan is behind that, but it's a similar 4-1.
The peek out. This is going to be a double face. Ivy gonna have his work cut out for him.
Oh my
There's a
god.
slide out. He's trying to split the difference. He's trying to
Oh my
take
god.
down Leaf before maybe they can plant his feet, but to no avail.
It's a nice check with the knife too before they make that move. Really smart stuff.
भाई क्या ही push कर रहे हैं वो लोग
Maybe the
G2
window's
वाले.
gonna be clear as well.
उन पे push कर रहे हैं, like उनको तो भाई defense करना
Again,
है,
that
but
space
फिर
gonna be
भी.
given up on A, taken by NongShim, but now here comes the retake starting. As
भाई
Reckoning
ultimate
not
कोई है ही
quite
नहीं
in the
ulti के
range
लिए.
of that null command, so is able to send out the wall. Downbeat, he's gonna go chasing forward. Try to catch them off guard here, perhaps. Oh, tucked away. Three swings. Chocobo will end up falling. The null command now expired, so no res
Oh
to be
my
had.
god.
Francis able to find Leaf. Trent peeling one back. Downbeat. Elimination, but NongShim looking like they're finding their footing.
Let's
And X-Ross
go. 4-2.
starting to warm up a little bit more. Quick little transfer over to the side. Cleans up Fallon as they will find their second round win.
And this is one of these rounds where you can see just how oppressive it is to try to play retake against this comp. Yes, you have the comfort of having the Harbor ult to give you a little bit of extra space to get Dombi next to Orange, but and that pays a lot of value there. Nice little start, though, to isolate Ivy, take him out of the round, give yourself that 5v4 advantage. Still, though, NongShim very fearsome, and they're still going to be carrying over a bunch of ults. X-Ross into a second, run it back. Francis still holding on to the Hunters. Fury, Dombi into an overdrive. So you used one of yours last time. G2 can match with a lot of their ults, too. Pit available for Leaf.
Standing ahead.
See if he's not in a position to drop it early, so happy to maybe think about it as a retake option. Still, G2
Poison's off.
giving up that front A space again. And NongShim will just take this all day. I mean, they're so good at these A takes that they don't care if you know what they're doing. They'll just keep doing it. And very few have been able to really stop it consistently. But they see one there, and it's taking their time. They really aren't too sure. They're looking for some of those aggressive push-outs. Seen them a couple rounds now from G2, so being very cautious, being sure that Ivy's not in a position where he's going to get just dusted on his own.
Start already.
Oh my god, he got
No,
blinded.
will be tabled for now. As X-Ross sprinting around the back of side alongside Dombi, just scouting as much as he possibly can, but nothing to be seen. NongShim know that they're. Oh my god!
He is
Safe
Oh my
enough
god.
to find the plant, but what in the hell is that?
the look on Fallon's face.
I mean, yeah, he just got away with murder. Unbelievable. Hunter's Fury set
Oh my
on there.
God.
Draws to cover, keeps him protected for now as Jogamo scraping across that molly. Cleans up too. Francis now. That Hunter's Fury, a lot of weight going to be put on his shoulders with this one. Snakebite sent previously. The fuse going to be interrupted. Jogamo down to 8. The bursts coming through, the hold to begin. Spray over to the one, and Ivy will connect on all three.
Bro,
4K
Ivy,
forms
what
around.
the hell?
Ivy was an absolute monster for NongShim the last outing. Very quiet beginning, but that is a massive
They
way
have to push
get right back into this
through
game.
the smoke,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
they couldn't.
you can
And
really
Ivy
see
just got the kill.
the thought process from NongShim in this round. It's make sure that nobody's going to be able to get those lurks really established. Why? So you have that Hunter's Fury, a safe position for it to cover that post plant. So, you know, NongShim, a team that's well known for their, you know, pseudo W key style, right? They're going to come at you with Dombi, but they know how to slow it down. They know how to take a pause, and they know why and when to do it. RB's been around for a damn long time, so you best believe he's wise to some of the games. Dombi this time, slow creep up, but another flash at the ready.
Oh my
There's
god.
going to be the exchange. Here's Dombi, hits the transfer. The cleanup too. Jogamo will be able to find a shutdown with that stinger. The weapon maybe a bit out of grasp. Wants to maybe try to recover that, but instead will end up falling to the wayside as Trent similarly going to be caught in mid. Ivy starting to get these lurks going as he scales forward and will be able to intercept Leaf as well.
It's 4-on-4.
Back-to-back rounds here for NongShim as they tie it up 4-4.
And this is what makes Dombi so scary. Yes, weaker buy for G2, I get it, but also he can just disrespect your util. They know he's coming and they still can't stop it. So maybe rifles there, it's a different story. But yeah, look at this.
भाई क्या ही push किया था भाई वो लोग ने.
Just ridiculous. Just sliding on in. No
भाई
fear.
यार ये ऐसे ही मर रहा है.
Tough one, yeah. I know G2 has to feel like they might have had a moment where if they could have killed Dombi there, maybe it could be a different round. Maybe you can get that
Leaf
Thrifty
कुछ
to
अलग
go,
कर
but
सकता है इसमें.
not meant to be. This go. Valen has a cosmic divide. Jogamo getting close to another null command.
With the op online as well for Baby Bay, but for the moment, I mean, it's being avoided. NongShim have just forgotten that the B side exists.
Yes.
Try to go for it the one time, and it didn't work. You say, okay, well, let's
Oh my god, they got
hitting
damage.
A over and over again.
If they changed this to just a one-site map, NongShim would be perfectly fine with it. Like they would just be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We agree. We agree. B-site, why? Who needs that? Although they might be rotating back this time because I think they figured out there's quite a heavy stack here again. And even though they've been able to best the three-man stack at A at times, they're trying to make them think they went the other way. But G2 knows better. I'm a little bit worried about Baby Bay. Look where Ivy's gotten to. And they have no idea. They have no info on that. And I don't think there's any way that this drone sees him.
Oh my
Unless
god.
it goes like this.
Oh.
They're dead to rights. Swing that corner, immediately going to fall. And now NongShim are pushing into the stack. Dombi
Oh no.
going to be headshot on that
This
push and
challenge feel
Jogamo
nice.
right up in between the pyramids. Finds it. Push through. It's going to be Jog coming away with 3.
G2 भाई.
Shuts them all down
अलग ही
on
level का
entry. And
खेल रहे.
NongShim not able to gain the lead for themselves.
Yeah, I really like G2's approach so far here on Breeze. And why? Because it plays a bit like how they used to play Breeze with the Harbor comp in that they throw all this util at the chokes, right? There's the flash, there's the shock dart, there's probably an Astra util in there sometimes as well. And then they're aggressively hitting you with a counterpunch while you're trying to make your execute. This is something I really liked that Valen used to do a lot with the Harbor. Now they've kind of got some new ideas as well baked into this to really shut down NongShim. So finally, gonna have to make NongShim consider other parts of the map.
No, it's all a ruse. It's all to try to make them think that they're going to be, that make them think that they've rediscovered
Surely
this section
this
of the map.
Knife only catches on Francis, but now you're seeing 2 guns. So now as G2, you should be like, okay, they're coming this way again, surely. Right? You have no info in mid, though. I mean, you have no idea.
You know, they've given up the space. That's why
They're
Trent's
all
getting back
watching
over the
mid
mess.
now.
Would suspect that he's going to be
Oh,
maybe
they're
trying to throw it out
pushing.
of that position, but the strike is going to be coming in a hell of a lot faster than they can afford. So Ivy, curious how aggressively he wants to play this. Could go for a very deep backside pit.
Oh my
Is
god.
going to occupy a bit of space around Orange as well as the mid doors. Really just funneling all of G2 either onto a flank, which Francis is watching for, or just from the spawn.
Oh my god, look at the utilities they are using right now.
Come in and is. Valent's able to find that, but there's a backstab. Francis arriving out in the mid. He's able to find that kill. Now suddenly it's just Trent. Sucked into the smoke, pushes forward, finds Ivy, looks for a little bit more, but nothing more to go his way. 5-5, NongShim, they will keep it neck and neck.
Yeah, so actually this does end up kind of working, but also G2 loses a bunch of information control on the map, trying to make these aggressive moves early, and NongShim's able to take just a short pause to use it against them. Some really good back and forth in the shot calling right now. Really impressed with some of the adjustments being made. RB again finding another little micro change in some of their macro. Get the round win, but Valen's been good about counter-adjusting. Putting in a lot of good prep for today. BB going to be on op duty in mid again, this time up from window.
Just when the spike started inching further up cannons. It'll drift back into the spawn.
Don't worry. Surely this time they'll buy it.
Ivy has to be wary.
It's a tough spot to be in for Baby Bay, though.
Oh no.
Lucky for Ivy. Can go for a full speed swing, but Baby Bay immediately is pivoting over. That 0 point should have spotted out quite a bit, and Valent's done it again. This time will be counter spam. Fragment will fly to stop the flood. That smoke's down on either side, but also the reckoning out of the equation for NongShim. I have to suspect that was going to be a big part of the plan to try to take this site.
Yeah, so NongShim's going to try to send an extra player over with Ivy this time. Create the extra angle. May work a treat.
Oh yeah, again going for the... What?
He really wanted to get in there, but that was a really nice recon dart. It slowed him completely down. Couldn't clear it.
I mean, the overdrive's just gone now, but Ivy finds the timing through mid doors. Jogamo going to be struck down. Trent spotted, and he's just a hair off from being able to find Dobby's head. 2v4, the operator in position, but given the weapon investment and the cash that G2 don't have, I think you just have to give this one up. Leaf is not coming to the rescue. He knows that this is going to be a save. Baby Bay's just trying to see if he can find a pick and then rotate out. If they find out where he is, I can see Dobby sprinting right at him, so he will keep it quiet.
Go, go, go.
Drift away. NongShim will gain the lead.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's still a similar answer for NongShim in terms of mess around on the map a little bit, take a pause, make them rethink their ideas, then eventually go back to A once you've kind of maybe confused them a little bit, but it's sending that extra layer over in towards mid. Not sure it was necessary. Ivy was actually pretty much on point there regardless, but you know, NongShim round around making little micro adaptations, adjustments, make it difficult for G2 here. G2 again tried to go for that choke point punch and lose Valen quickly. And they just don't have enough of a response. Again, able to slow down the overdrive, sure. There's so much more behind that NongShim explosive entry power. It's really tough unless you are able to gum it up at the chokes like we've seen a couple times.
Oh my god, he's doing the Odin right now.
This time around, maybe with
Neon with Odin.
Harbor smoke at the front of B. See if that causes any alarm bells. No, G2 holding the line.
My god.
There's the reckoning. Leaf going to be blinded up, but still is able to find Dobby. Exos with a turn to the side. Gets that kill. Blazewell now going to be situated. Molly into the Nebula just to try to make sure that everything is cleared out. Will just be drones exchanged.
Oh my god, drone.
Spike.
Both are using drone at the same time.
Planted, but they're still taking their time with this one. NongShim. These walls are only going to last so long. B still just checking on that backside corner. Goes for it now. Ooh, Francis to try to scale forward. X-Ross taken down. Baby Bay able to find the kill, but a quick peek and a quick kill. Francis finds the headshot, gets some more damage. Baby Bay down to a sliver. 5 health remaining on that Neon now. Jogamo out from tunnel is able to find Francis. He's put himself on an island. Out of util now. NongShim are just going to have to win this with the rifles. Jogamo spotting the one. RB trying to get elimination. Can't quite do it.
I guess.
Jump up over the half wall. Noise made. Trent knows exactly where he is. The swap of the guns, the dive forward. The swing out. It's all to play distraction as Ivy from window will mow them down. NongShim managed to make this a 7-5 half in their favor.
Yeah, showing they've got some legs on that B site too. Been a lot of A hits, but this one, we're able to get going. Even though it looked like maybe Leaf was just gonna close the door on him, but Xross able to get the counter spam through the smoke to go. A little bit of a preview. This is the opening pistol where Leaf, pretty sick bandit play. And a good start here, and obviously a much better defender side than we saw last time.
Oh, for sure.
Because they didn't win a single round.
Yeah, I mean, there's a hell of a lot of improvements here for G2, but still curious about, with this run back with NongShim continuing to just hit this A site over and over again, finding more and more success from it, and we didn't get to see a timeout call at all from Josh RT. Decided to just let it ride. Granted, from the defender side, this isn't a bad scoreline.
Not at all.
But we need to see a really impactful attack now, if that's going to be justified.
It's got to be better than what we saw last time, because they only got 5 rounds on their attack side in the previous matchup. So, yes, I think from what I've seen on this defender side, I think from Josh's perspective, I'd be pretty confident that, hey, my boys are following the game plan pretty well. It seems like they have a pretty good read on their opponents for the most part. Yeah, some rounds in there maybe you'd like to have back for sure, but there is a sense of the game plan, and it seems like they're pretty locked in overall. So, sure, let it ride.
We'll see. G2 can find that second pistol here on the map, or if it's going to be NongShim building up the streak even further.
Or maybe his timeout button's broken,
Frantically slamming the damn thing. Hit it too hard, and now it's not working. So.
You can just blame Alex. It's the same coach's booth. It's him. It's his fault.
Really, for G2, a bit of comfort, but not going to be feeling relieved. You're not going to be feeling truly comfortable at all until you're through this series with the win.
Yeah.
Loser goes home. The winner will be advancing forward into the playoffs, playing on the big stage.
I mean, if you can get this map to go, you got to be feeling real good about that sunset.
Oh, yeah.
Do not like the way that NongShim played it. Do not like their agent comp on it. But we'll see. Maybe they made changes. I hope. My hope of hopes. See a little bit more consistency. Francis, clear the drone, and under a ton of pressure just says, nope, not even worth it. I got tagged by a dart. They're throwing stuff out.
Oh my god.
It's a gamble stack for NongShim that is not going to find success. I mean, should have known G2 was just going to look at the playbook from NongShim and say, yeah, hitting A seems pretty good. Here at shop, there's Xross.
That was a raid.
That's out of bridge. Fallon cleans up downbeat. Now 3 players versus 4.
Oh my god.
Francis looking for a timing, but Trent, he's just not ready for him to also swing up towards bridge. And now they're completely surrounded. Fighting on multiple fronts, but Fallon has the backstab opportunity. Ivy will fall on RB, now has to do it all. G2 looking well slated here to get themselves right back into this to tie things up. At 7-7, if they can just close out the clean anti-eco. It's a solid tap there from RB, but it's a matter of time before one of the players will find him. It's going to be Trent.
6-7.
G2 now just 1 round away.
6-7.
All right, giving themselves a real shot in this map. Love the aggressive post plant play from them. A very different look to G2 here today. And a lot of different ideas. They're being much more proactive on the map. And that's really catching NongShim off guard at times. 2 players coming up towards bridge there, absolutely unexpected. You wouldn't think, maybe they'll send 1. 2 like that, especially a G2. I think, they're a team that likes to play that fundamental set up crossfires on the site, post-plant style. Here today, come to match firepower with firepower, and I am all about it.
Here.
This time, gamble stack on to A, looking to be correct for now. Trent maybe with a... Leaf maybe with a minor spot out here onto Ivy. But now has it fully confirmed.
Ivy by this time, no. Actually, RB's got a ghost.
Yeah, the only one.
Yeah.
Everybody else just with classics. And G2, they're going to look to explore elsewhere, at least fake back for a brief little moment. Sure that there's no deep flank through mid. Leaf starting to stray away. Join in with the rest of the team.
I feel like that dart and response should make you change directions here.
Boom.
Stun out on X-Ross, but got the cove situated. Pushes forward. A couple of right clicks going to be sent out. They know that somebody's going to be playing up close. 40 seconds remaining. It looks like that's going to be the pivot call now for G2. Rerouting over to B, where for the moment it's still just Ivy alone. Gambi on the walkout in the mid. Immediately going to be dispatched as Leaf finds that kill. And they say, well, we got one here, so let's just go right back into A.
Oh, they are pushing mid to A.
Defensive hold going to be significantly weaker. As X-Ross, he didn't check to the side. He was ready to try to shut down the crunch from mid. And he ends up getting caught by Baby. He should have been able to have that kill for free. That would have been a bulldog scooped up off the corpse.
I will also coming from mid only.
Misses the opportunity, and now it's just Ivy to try to see if he can get any additional damage. Basically needs 2 kills. That just feels very unlikely.
No, it's pretty difficult. Gonna try to tuck in and die to the spike. Nice little mid-round here from G2. Kind of almost walked into the trap, but NongShim pulled the trigger on it just a little bit too soon. I think they actually could have had G2 dead to rights if they wait for just a little bit longer, or at least done a lot of damage to them. And instead, they were just a little bit too trigger happy. That gave G2 enough time there for that mid-round to move in towards double doors. But as Valen, I'm probably going, ooh, I almost sent the boys into the grinder. So let's try something a little bit different, maybe. Like to see
Heading to the above.
toy with some different ideas. Now, NongShim's strategy here today continues to be gamble stack.
Just stack up.
Just gamble.
Going for it again. Maybe a push in the mid.
अभी तो सीन होने वाला है अगर mid push करेंगे तो.
Flash out, but and now the lean back over to A. Where it's just RB alone.
Boys, we're in Paris, not Monaco.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going for here. Throwing the check. G2 free to scale. Swing of the elbow. Nothing there. No one home. Now getting ready to have the bad news. Hear the sprint forward from Baby Bang, and RB just has to try to stay tucked back.
It's got to be full retake now. And I mean, yeah, you've got 4 coming from spawn that you may be able to just kind of.
Trent hears all this.
Yeah. That's so many footsteps.
Oh.
What a read.
Will stun him up. Tommy with the slide in is able to find that kill. Wise to that.
नहीं push नहीं किया भाई Baby Bang ने.
An elimination as well. Turns to the side, Baby Bang trying to barrel stuff, but RB still comes away with another before finally getting taken down. Ball fully connecting with a swing a little bit late. Jogamo covering fire, keeping his IGL protected at least for the moment. This Jogamo gets this into a 1v1. Ivy sprinting, tapping, the swing coming in, and Jogamo does it again.
8-7, let's go.
The 4K to take them back into the lead and convert the bonus.
भाई क्या push किया था भाई Neon ने.
G2 looking significantly improved on Breeze.
Oh, and a huge glow up on the KO for Jog. His flashes have been really, really good, God. But the gunplay has been even better today for him. He looks so comfy on the KO.
I mean, at its peak, it's a 2v5. It's just Valen and Jaw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bails
I thought the round was done.
17, 9, and 5. Looking untouchable right now on this KO.
Or Neon is trying to push.
G2, they want to try to up the pace. Not going to go for the more precautionary play against the Thrifty. That could have cost them everything, but Trent barely able to stabilize and take down Dambi. RB had been tagged up, but that's going to be a couple weapons now.
G2 is in the defender style, but
at least the one passed over.
Still trying to push.
Trying to assess where they want this to go. They will leave it in the hands of X-Straws after all.
Kind of a weird post plant for G2 because they have to go fanning out, looking into spawn to see if anybody's out there before they could turn their attention back towards the site. That's where all of NongShim is.
3 Phantom. Let's see.
The Reckoning's going to be committed to this. It's not going to connect on anyone here. Balance position now known off the drone. Cosmic Divine going to call be dead moments before that wall gets lifted up.
Oh, Leaf.
Leaf on this backstab could be monstrous. Woo! Jump through. Valen just dancing around this.
No.
He's able to find Francis in there. Leaf now can strike. X-Ross hearing the footsteps, but know that this is going to be over. Takes down Jogamo. but nothing more to be found. Looked like it was going to be the Thrifty confirmed, but G2 still stabilized. One player surviving. They're still now up 9-7.
Guys, like the stream, those who are watching right now.
A very different G2 in a lot of ways. They're being so aggressive
Bro,
post-plant.
why
willing to take some risks,
like
willing
that?
to make fast counter moves. Now this time NongShim on this eco does something that you see all the time. Turns up the tempo.
Oh, they are
Tries to
laughing.
go for the big swarm. NongShim actually going to take a
It's a
timeout.
timeout?
Finally, someone does. It's getting a little too out of hand. You're coming into a big buy as well. You're potentially going to have that operator for Dombi. So some things that certainly Silkenon wants to talk about, and I imagine this is probably something like, yo, let's go back to the game plan here, guys, with how we usually play our defender side. Let's, you know, keep maybe Dombi mid, have him take some control, split it up 2-2, Viper front of B, everybody else over towards A, and maybe somewhere a floating player out there like Francis.
One of the things that they've started leaning into more with Dombi in particular is using that operator, but they've not gone for it yet, and they also haven't had very many opportunities to try to get one online.
No. I think it still isn't fully comfortable for them and for him. I mean, as good as he was with it the other day, it's still not something he's.
Well, I mentioned it.
I think G2 has a chance to win, but I don't know why they are pushing
in this round.
all the
but I think
all
it's
the
hard on the
rounds.
attacker side too. Like you want Dombi to just be getting in their faces.
Oh, on that side, sure.
Yeah. But here, this is the first time they've had money for it.
Let's see if he's going to be able to find value, because for now, G2 completely avoiding it. They are going to go into the heavier stack side of this map.
Like,
Oh
some
my
of this from
god,
G2,
it will
they're
be
throwing
hard
a
for
bunch of
G2
smokes in
to
mid
come
try
to B.
Deny info over to NongShim, but NongShim went 3-2 from the get-go.
Oh, well.
Oh
Shot
my
from
god.
Francis to start things off. Shuts down Baby Bay right as the null command comes through.
Now it will be hard.
To clear a neutral win as Francis going to be further
Viper is
spotted
still
out.
watching.
Fragment over to backside. Another going to be layered in.
All the players has been
Those
game.
flashes at back pillar
B.
Ivy. And hold his own, but Xross getting the spot out. Relays that over
No,
immediately.
no.
And Dombi will be able to find value. Catches Leaf on that deep lurk. G2 for now. They're going to be held at bay,
he got
especially as
the 2
RP
kills.
does that. Cleans him up. It's just Xross. Killed through the ult. Still on board for a flawless, which would be a huge way to jumpstart their economy.
1v5.
Back into this game, and yep, RP will be able to find the third
NT98.
final. So flawless round confirmed. NongShim, once again, just one round behind G2.
Yeah, the op really doesn't mean much of this round. It's more that NongShim just sticks to their early round read, the 3-2 setup, and a really nice opening shot from Francis to take down Baby Bay. That's so much of that entry power denied. You need that Neon on these executes. And to have him just be instantly headshot, that slows you down so much, because you know that snake bite and some of the other utils is going to be following. And it's just going to be so much harder for you to make entry. You're only running the single duelist. As G2, NongShim runs double. They have like an extra layer if they lose one of those two. As you as G2 don't really have the
Oh my
same
God.
comfort. We're going to try again, though, a little bit faster this time.
Two players on the side of the side. The drop down from Baby Bay. Going to be spotted here as Francis will fall. Leaf able to find that opening kill. G2 trying to make this happen, but RP swoops around from behind, is able to find one.
Oh.
Xross dead, leaves RP all
It's
alone
1v3.
now. A 1v3. 6 bullets remaining. Now down to 5. G2
Oh,
trying to
what a
find the
timing.
timing on that catch. He managed to make it happen. Gets the reload and swing out.
NT.
Valen has the headshot. G2 get a
10-8.
thrifty, staving off NongShim once again as they reach double digits.
This is all Valen for me, and it's the play call at the beginning of the round. We're just going to turn up the tempo. They're not going to be ready for the fast B hit. It's the last thing they're going to expect based on all the conditioning we've shown so far. It's like we're either going A or we're doing a delayed hit B. This time, they just turn on the jets. Well, sort of. They go in there quick, I should say. Get some space, have a good flash to clear the back of that space. RB almost plays spoiler.
Oh boy, this is a glass cannon. Damage about the peek in the mid.
Well,
All of G2 are there, and he cannot find the shot. Jogomo taking him down. Baby Bay,
Oh
however,
my
not
God.
going to be clearing the corner. Suspecting that op was going to be playing alone. Curveball out, but Jogomo Just dances back up behind the door, is able to dodge that out. Francis will have it on the trade with that 100 Sphere. Meanwhile, Ivy out of the cannons. Valen going to be taken down, and so far the crunch looks decent, but then they overstep.
Ran to his zone ulti. Harbor lol.
A tough read now for G2. Cleared so many players. You're like, is this actually free?
Francis Steve to win that one. He's going to win them both. Leaf and Trent will get taken down. The op can be recovered, and NongShim will spare their blushes a bit. It still ended up being a bit of a nail-biter for them, but they scrape by with the round win. One away from tying it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think doubling down on the fast pace makes a lot of sense because you take down that operator so quick, but then Babybay doesn't fully clear the corner. I think there's a little bit of confusion because of that. He checked it, but he didn't look far enough to his right to really confirm. That cost them quite a bit in that round. Babybay will cut funds for that overdrive. I'm gonna mention he picked it up in the previous round. Well, he's just going to dive on in.
Sending it out. Not spotting anything. Francis sends out a shot. Might have been a bit of a misclick there either way. It's a drone and will have that Neon rerouted. Meanwhile, Ivy trying to hold forward.
Oh my God.
Blind going to be connecting as he backpedals away. Gets that snake bite out. Still going to be 2 kills going over to G2. RB only able to find Valen. But Ivy again looking to try to refill this space. Catches Trent. Can he find Babybay? No, he cannot. That elimination to come through. The overdrive. Tomby just trying to run him down. His peek from window could be everything, but Babybay just turns back, plants his feet, and holds his own.
Huge shot there from Babybay. Very well, may have saved the round.
I think if you're G2,
what a shot.
pressing the pit here even might be good enough to go for. You still are going to have 3 more ultimates to work with going into the next round.
Yeah, I think it's pretty worth it. They're just so scared. They have no idea where Xros went.
I mean, I don't know if they've seen him at all. He's got a full util.
No, I don't. I think he was on the other side of the map the whole time.
He's going to be looking for a backstab. And spot out any of these players in transit towards A.
Oh, no one planted yet.
I mean, I think you have to pit, most importantly, because you don't know where he is. Give you that extra layer of safety. Beautiful. Love it.
Yep, and they also gamble on the right side of the pillar. Backside plant. They try to make this nigh impossible for Xros. Really now he has a bit of a quandary. You just save the op.
Oh my God.
He's going to try to play this.
Oh my God.
Peek at the corner.
Ooh.
Finds the first. Gets the fadeaway shot. What is that? What a monster. What a hero for NongShim.
Oh my God.
Oh, wins an ungodly clutch to tie it 10 to 10.
That is unbelievable. The youngster for NongShim absolutely crushing G2 there in that moment. They had a real chance. There's a nice little execute. Able to get that extra little off angle created. You know, Babybay swinging in from mid opens up a lot of space. It's going to drag a gun. I mean, just disgusting. Just disgusting. I don't know how I feel about leaving the pit there.
Oh, again timeout.
But, I mean, he did hit a crazy good shot. You have to kind of tip your cap on that one.
That is just unbelievable. So into the immediate timeout call. A round like that, it could be just soul-crushing if you're G2. Because, yeah, you leave the pit, but you're playing it in those circumstances as well as you can. You're double stacking the angle and making sure that you're not giving him really, I mean, what you think is going to be, you know, a 1v1.
Right.
You're playing against that, but somehow, some way, Xros, he manages to separate him.
Yeah, I mean, they just hit that timing where they're close enough to the corner that he can isolate that fight. And so it's just, yeah, it's tough. That's, you know, when you take a risk like that, you think you're going to catch your opponent off guard, but maybe just took a little bit too long. I think they maybe expected Xros to be to the site a little bit faster, in fact, and that they maybe could catch him, like, as that pit is dropping, him trying to scramble to figure things out.
पता नहीं यार खत्म ये तो पहला मैप है.
He's in mid. He's just kind of standing there.
Menacingly.
Yeah. Real scary.
थोड़ा
Cosmic Divine now to be called in. Dambi just has to backpedal, give up the space, give up the sight. 5v5 retake attempt, and Trent should be able to get into a disconnected position to utilize his Hunter's Fury.
भाई वापस सीन होने वाला है पूरा साइड खाली है भाई
Hit is Ivy.
Off round here for NongShim.
Leaf just on the other side of this, ready.
सब लोग मिड
Trying
से
to
पुश
find
कर
the
रहे
jump here.
ओ यहाँ पे देख
Ivy,
सकता है
however,
G2 Leaf
still pushing forward.
Oh boy.
भाई टाइमिंग भाई
Leaf not spotting him at all. This is now a huge backstab opportunity for Ivy. I'm just going to be quickly cleared out. It's under the side, baby bait. Rerouting. Ivy still circling closer and closer to these players over at main. Valen, however, still going to be able to find one. France is going to be taken down. Leaf watching for this flank. Meanwhile, the rest of the team still profiting on the front lines. Ivy can find the one, but now he's all alone. Nothing more to do.
कुछ नहीं कर सकता अभी वो
Rotates out to try to hold on to this gun. Jogamo will fall in his hand, but G2 win the round, regain the lead.
Well, this is exactly one of the rounds that you love to see from G2. I talked about it earlier. Just that traditional on-site crossfire setup post-plant. Yes, they're watching for the late lurk and things like that, so they're hanging some players out in their spawn a little bit longer to linger. But that is so well executed, and Jog continues to thrive. 25 and 15 on the KO. Huge glow up for him today. The difference maker right now here for G2 for sure. And you've put NongShim on another weak bye. It's going to be one rifle in Ivy's hands. He tips it over.
भाई फ्रांसिस के एचपी पूरी लो कर दी भाई
They're going to go for a three-man slow creep out of A main, 2 towards mid. G2 curious about where exactly NongShim's going to try to cheat on the map a little bit to take space, and they don't see it over at elbow, but a quick pivot. Sure. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that drone saw Ivy.
Still deadly. Still a lot of work to do. Recon to backside, and Jogamo is silently crept forward. They have no idea that he's made it this deep, and now they find out in the worst way possible. Shot, but Ivy quick to trade it back. Finds that kill, still operating alone, though, and it's going to be Trent. Front of sight, take him down. I don't think he got the confirmation on Leaf as well in mid. Going to be down to X-Ross, who's about to swing this corner with the peek in towards elbow.
Oh, by timing.
So cognizant of too many angles. Leaf will strike, swinger on the back, Dambi. Able to find that kill, gets it back into a 2v2, but they're just so outgunned.
भाई दोनों भी सामने ही देख रहे हैं.
Into the fast lane, making sure that he is not scaling forward. All this to try to play in RP, but Trent watching has him covered, and Trent
let's go 12-10.
Will get them over the line. A 3K for the Sova, 12-10. G2 just need one more to take down NongShim on NongShim's map pick.
The thing I love about G2 is that they always give you a different look, round over round. It's so rare that you're going to see them kind of do the same thing twice and a half, unless, you know, they've conditioned their opponent that they can double down on that. This one, a quick check up elbow, and then a push in towards the front of B. Almost, though, Ivy goes crazy. He got unspotted by the Sova utility initially, but that allowed Jogamo to sneak in the back. Ivy this time says, okay, I'm kind of sick of you guys doing this on my site. This is a Viper's Pit for you. Do what you want, but for now, G2's looking, again, for more aggression from NongShim, looking for that scaling. Want to be better safe than sorry here in this round. Anything really on the map is Star over at double doors in mid, right in front of X-Ross there. That doesn't tell you much. They're pretty much going to perma put that smoke down. I think the poison cloud is in mid too there, potentially.
Scanning ahead.
Trent. Throws the dart. You're not going to get any contact off of that. So Leaf can at least hold the line here. Now you can start to establish your presence a little bit as G2. Take a little bit of map control, start to work things out.
Oh,
what a pick for Dambi,
ने पहले ही pick कर लिया.
Long range with that Phantom. A couple bursts, but eventually he's able to find that. Hope now situated RB. In front of the Viper wall, trying to see if he can spot out anything at the same time. This drone forward into the pit. He's trying to sell a bit of a fake.
Oh my god.
RB trying to hold that timing, but he cannot find the shot. Jogamo again, the one to deliver. Noise is being heard, and Ivy's going to be outdone. Trent never rotated. Stayed stagnant and Dami now. Taken out of the equation. X-Ross and Francis having to do it all in a 2v4.
Oh,
Now,
bhai,
the
gaya hi
1v4.
gaya. Khatam.
X-Ross
1v4.
is work cut out for him. He finds the first. Util is still. An ult command will expire. But on the swing, Valor takes the fight and takes his life. 13-10. A massive rebound. G2. They did their homework. They were prepared for NongShim to go back to Breeze.
And it's really on that defender side where they made some really nice adjustments to get some rounds, to get some big rounds. Getting up to 5, they win both pistols, that's huge too. But it's all in the preparation. I mean, you can see it right from that first pistol round where they tucked the player into a position where NongShim had no idea they were going to be there, and it devastated them.
A 13-5 on the first outing. Now we get ready to go to Sunset, G2's pick, where they were able to take down NongShim in a 13-7 fashion. NongShim, their backs are up against the wall. They need to fight back, otherwise their run at EWC will come to an end. But for now, let's send it back over to Degon and the desk.
13-5, as Achilleos said, was the last time that these two squads did battle in Breeze. But this time, G2 come prepared, and they stick it out. It was a very, very close series of back and forth, but ultimately goes the way of G2, and they are up 1-0 and one match away of making it an all-Western affair in the playoffs of EWC 2026. Welcome back, Kukuka. And big time on that last one, and big time, you just winced there at the very end as RB on the harbor, holding down the site, just gets a little too curious, a little too greedy to get information, gets picked, then the site's wide open, no harbor for retake. And that seemed to be a problem that was happening on rounds that NongShim were losing.
I mean, like, that's the one thing you can't do on Harbor, is you can't die before that spike is getting planted. We did see them play that A retake a couple of times, and I think G2 had the answers, but I do want to echo just what Paperthin was saying. I think that first half is where G2 really showed improvements. I loved it that they came out of the gate swinging. They fought for A main. They listened to me. You're welcome, G2. That's all me. They fought in A main. They used that Astra stuff well to be able to condition NongShim. NongShim managed to recover that pretty decently as well overall, but ultimately it's just not good enough here for the NongShim squad. They let it slip far too much in my mind.
Well, thank you for what you did for your region.
Yep.
To me, it was...
sending them home.
Yeah. Just send them home. Send them home. But I love to see also that Jogama was unleashed the way that he was.
Yeah.
Today, it's not only having the balls for going for these duels. I think that he was much more right into where to use the utility and where to actually be a surprise for NongShim. Not only that, shutting down Dambi was one of the main keys for G2 to actually get this map on the board for them, and that is something that they definitely achieved. Do not get me wrong, it did go the distance and it wasn't perfect, but it is so good to see that in just 3 showings, the phase that we're seeing from G2 goes from that loss to this win, because it's only been a few days.
That's the thing for me. I don't think this was terrible for NongShim. I think they still had good ideas, and the execution, you know, it wasn't perfect, but it was still solid. I think they lose both pistols, they lose a bonus, they can't get momentum in the game, and that is backbreaking. But I do think it's G2 that showed dramatic improvement on this map to get the win now. But as we're going to move across the Sunset, I need to see NongShim find the same level of answer, or they will be going home. They couldn't get it done here on their map pick.
I think that they also learned what positions to play and how to take advantage of them, how to surprise them. Leaf and Valen on the defense, amazing the way that they were playing, the way the Valen was trying to read them time and time again. Very good showing from G2. We said we expect this series to go the distance, but that was kind of accounting for NongShim getting this first map.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of feel like they needed this into the series. It's hard to know, but it's going to have to go the distance, and they need something better on Sunset.
Yeah. Just speaking about this Breeze one more time on G2's side, this is that unique composition that they pulled out earlier in the tournament. They had the second match to try it again, see if they were switching. They did not. They stuck to their guns, and Jogamo leading the line here for G2, 27-16, the only player to hit 20+ kills in the round. It was just a very, very solid showing from him, given the fact that he's the one flexing the agent.
Yeah, he's got that dog. What are you saying? He's jogging well. He's got it. He's always had it.
Yeah, look, we got to give him his flowers. We criticized him when we first saw him play this KO. We said, "Is this the right
just because,
call?"
But the reason why we criticize him is because like we know he's so good and he can be such a big win condition that you will want to do anything for him to be comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I think he proved those doubts wrong. He proved that he is able to hit that same level of performance on that KO. We heard from Baby Bay in the interview, and they said the reason we went for this is because he's so good on that Phoenix. So I think a lot of it was about letting him be a little bit more aggressive. They don't want him to be this incredibly supportive KO, and I feel like when he puts himself first into those positions to take the fights, he can definitely win them, as we saw this game.
That was your STC replay from map number 1. Breeze going the way of G2, and Kakuka, we have to talk about it now because it's one win away, potentially a full Western playoffs. Like, that just seems like wrong. That just seems wrong here in terms of Valorant.
Yeah, we've had such a variety of teams all throughout the tournaments that we have had. China, Pacific, but if G2, as you're saying, is to win this next map, it will only be 4 teams from EMEA and 4 teams from Americas making it into playoffs. So as you're saying, it would feel very little Valorant in 2026.
Yeah, look, it's abnormal. In Valorant, we're used to seeing a lot of regional parity. The top 4 at Masters London, 1 from each region, but that would not be the case here at EWC.
All right, well, we'll find out if that's the case or if NongShim can bite back not only for Pacific, but for the rest of the world. Don't go anywhere. You're watching EWC 2026 Valorant.
Play is in our DNA.
Oh, I think it's an ad now.
Whenever we let it out,
Ad. La 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 la. Guys, like the stream, those who are watching right now. Only 9 likes are there. क्या रे छिंदी, क्या रे तू आया नहीं आज EWC वॉच पार्टी करने? क्या कर रहा है? आजा, वीसी आ रहा है तो मैं वीसी में ही बैठा हूँ। चलो, मेरे को लगा कोई ना कोई आएगा करके, आज कोई भी नहीं आया। मतलब ड्रैगो भी अलग स्ट्रीम कर रहा है, तू भी नहीं आया। वो विभव को भी आज बीमार है, रंचे का आता पता नहीं है। अरे काम था घर का, तू घर का काम कब से करने लग गया भाई? हैं? वरना आ जाता मैं। तू काय का आ रहा है? अभी भी कर सकता है वैसे, नहीं करने पे रोल जा रहे, पता है तेरे को? हैं? भाई 3 अगस्त आ रहा है भाई, कुछ कर दे, थोड़ा तो एक्टिव हो जा भाई वैलोरेंट में। एटलीस्ट फॉर्म भरने के टाइम तो जो भी तेरे मंथली वाला रहेगा वो तो उसमें आ जाए। अभी करके फ़ायदा नहीं है, मत कर भाई। तू बहुत आलसी है, तू आलसी रे साड़ी, मत करें दे। फॉर्म भरने के टाइम तो बोलेगा अरे इसमें तो लिखा है 1 महीना स्ट्रीम करना रहता है, मैंने तो किया ही नहीं। ऐसा होएगा तेरे साथ, मज़ा आएगा। मैं तो हंसूंगा ना ऐसे, ओए होए।
Number 1, but G2 are up 1-0 over NongShim. The last time these two teams played, it was a 13-7 victory here for G2 to extend it to map number 3. If they do it now, they punch their ticket to playoffs here at EWC 2026. Kakuka and Big Time here for you to break things down as we move on over to that sunset.
Yeah, and in that sunset, there is something to be very excited about, and it's the composition that G2 played the other day, having the Neon, the Sage, and the Chamber.
Yeah.
We were theory crafting about what we wanted to see. And funny enough, we got everything that we wanted. Incredibly abrasive from the defense. Those two extremities with so much pressure and a Juggernaut that is free to roam around the map.
I think G2 excelled on this map. Like I said, I love their composition. And I love how they played it. They're a very smart team. They've always been good at sunset. So I love that they were ready to pick it coming into this tournament. But on the flip side for NongShim looked woefully underprepared on this map in my mind. Definitely felt like they didn't have the reps and they didn't have the read. But we have to see how much G2 were able to dismantle them on Breeze, given time to make that read and make the appropriate adjustments. I need to see that come in from NongShim. I need to see good, smart coaching. I need to see clear game plans to be able to deal with Juggernaut and shut it down. And to be honest, I wouldn't be against a comp swap. We also saw NongShim run the Sage. I love the Sage. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't suit the team. It was Xbox playing it. I think he had 8 kills across the game and very, very little impact with that utility.
It was also the Cypher as well. Sage Cypher, those were 2 different ones there. I think Sage was being ran by G2.
Babyface is too good, man.
See what it's like.
Just too good. Babyface is too good. That's exactly what's gonna happen. To me, Morgan, you have to sell this to me. If there is any hope for NongShim, how do they turn this around? Because now that we've actually put it into words and we put it as in for EMEA, for Americas, maybe I don't want G2 to win because that sounds kind of boring. Like, what is people going to say? That is not good news, especially, and jokes aside, especially coming into next year and how things are going to work.
Yeah.
EMEA and Americas and stuff, and that's it. Come on, guys. We don't want that.
Yeah, look, I mean, I for sure don't want that. I know that this NongShim team is capable of so much more. This is a team that lifted a trophy. They went to Santiago. They went flawless.
No, but you need to sell it to me now. I know what they're capable of.
I'm building into it.
I'm
building into it.
Yeah, but
what they're capable of is Dambi going crazy on the Neon. Sunset is a fantastic Neon map. I want to see him bring it out. If they do bring out that Sage, I want Ekros to be very, very aggressive. He has the capability to do it. When I felt him play it before, he was too far back. He wasn't getting in the mixer enough, but that's where he's at his best. On the Phoenix, for example, he was great in the last map. He was the bright star for NongShim.
You say that you want Ekros to be extra aggressive. Do you feel like sometimes Dambi is a little bit lonely? On the tip of the sphere.
He can be for sure. I mean, I don't mind it if they swap away from it. If they want to go solo duelist, this is the team that can do that as well. When NongShim were in the come-up, cast your mind back to 2024, it was a lot of breach, it was a lot of supporting utility, and Dambi getting it done himself. So Dambi, please, if you can hear me, come on, man. Keep the region alive. I need you.
I just still can't believe that you just heel-turned after giving him so much stick for being a bad friend and not supporting our former caster teammate here in Baby Bay. You had the jersey out earlier, and now you're just playing both sides.
I am so full of it. Everybody that knows me knows that I support no team. Like, I support everyone. I support whomever wins. I like the underdog stories, and I just support good Valorant. I have no horse in this race. I want the better team to win. That's how it matters to live my life. You know how intense I am. Could you imagine if I was actually a fan of a team? Can you actually imagine?
That's a good point.
I mean, we saw it with España, who won the World Cup.
And you will keep seeing it.
As we get ourselves into map number 2 here in our final Group C decider, win and move on for G2, lose and go home for NongShim RedForce.
Okay, so this
is breach. Do you want to defend yourself?
It's a very, very different composition coming out
yourself.
from NongShim. They're swapping back to an old school style that this NongShim team ran way back in the day. When I remember playing this team in 2024, this was the kind of thing they would do. Dambi was that solo Neon, and he was heavily set up by smart initiator util. Now we know Francis and Ekros have the capability to do that. They for sure swapped styles here. Now the plan here is you have so much util, you want to bait out that Sage util, you want to be able to force away Baby Bay on that Viper across away from those lines. I think this is a good, smart, deliberate swap into the composition that they knew G2 were bringing.
The good thing is that they have the experience, they know what G2 is going to be bringing, they know where the mistakes were and where the parts of the maps that they couldn't get into. We just spoke about the defense and how we expect G2 to play around it. Also, Valorant taking so many risky positions as well. There were so many moments where any gap was filled by G2, and even making them even more aggressive from the defense. I wonder if Francis being on the breach is going to be enough. There is a lot of stunts, as you're saying. There is a lot of utility to force Chamber out of those angles, to not give Jogimo that much freedom. But I will say, Trent did play super, and I mean super well on this map with Sky.
He did. He's very, very good at it, no doubt there. But I do think they have their work cut out. I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling the copium for NongShim. It's growing. I'm believing.
It is the winners of Masters Santiago earlier this year trying to recapture that form in the quickest of moments. They have to do it right now. And G2 have fought off the phantoms of failure on the international stage by defeating XLG earlier and trying to do it one more time here against NongShim RedForce. It's map number 2 and match point for G2. Let's see what NongShim have something to say about it as we send it on over to Kilios and Paper Thin.
It can all come down to this. Sunset has to be where horns and take it into their own hands. They have to find this win, something that they failed to do versus G2 in the last outing. Change the composition back to very old flavors.
Yeah.
Is that going to be enough?
Great question. You know, you kind of hope here as NongShim that the map doesn't live up to its name for you at EWC.
तो कुछ बड़बड़ना पड़ेगा ना तेरे को साढ़े गूगल लिखा है
But there's still a hope. I mean, I talked about it even during Breeze because it was already on my mind that I need to see a different comp from NongShim on Sunset. Did not like what they were bringing to the table the first time. I think this is not only more in their wheelhouse, but I think suits going up against G2's style. Doing a great job of laying that out for you all, keeping the chamber uncomfortable. I think as well, having a little bit of extra oomph to kind of fight Trent Sky. There wasn't much that NongShim had in the bag with their previous comp that could keep the Sky off balance, that could, you know, kind of have a counter punch against the Sky flashes when they're coming your way. Now you've got that breach to allow for that fault line. You've got the fade that you can throw some prowlers out, throw a haunt out to slow down G2 behind that Sky util. So a lot to keep in mind. Pretty aggressive here. Off the rip, Dombi though, take a little bit of a pause, and they're going to be diligent about clearing some of these corners. Smoke from Valen.
Single smoke diya manne.
G2, let's give them a little bit of space, allowing Baby Bay to push forward, but I think he heard or spotted Ivy, one of the two. He's on the hunt.
Quick slide forward into the A site, widely empty here from G2.
Okay.
Paranoia going to be sent through.
Blind or dash.
Disrupting that plant for now. Baby Bay trying to note and get that kill on Ivy on the flank. Take him down to 9 HP, but cannot finish the job.
Oh my god.
Moves over to safety. Ivy now can slowly start to rescale. Get this space back, but how much impact is he going to be able to have is the question. Has that ghost for the team? For now, it's a hell of a lot of poke and prod, looking for some kills, but Dami will be the first one to fall. Francis shortly thereafter, but RP rushing forward, classic in hand, is able to find two. Ivy now, swinging on the back, it's just Baby Bay remaining. Two bullets in the headhunter, he cannot get the classic out fast enough. A 4K for RP will get the pistol win for NongShim.
Yeah, RP just sending it in there. Just going for the right clicks. As well, if there's going to be a lot of smokes on site, I'm going to just see if I can use that to my advantage. That is exactly what happened. It was very, very nice from him. Some good ideas from G2 here, but the fact that Baby Bay not able to get that kill onto Ivy, leaves him at 9 HP, means that he has to wrap all the way back in through Link instead of trying to come through their spawn or something like that to keep NongShim guessing a little bit more. Goes for the early shot, does not connect. Flash there. Make it a little bit more difficult for him. And away we go. NongShim should have somewhat easy access to the site, but actually, something's got them thinking otherwise.
Clear that trip. Ivy now to scale forward. Will miss his timing on Leaf. Just now slotted into market.
Cypher
be heard all around as Valen will get taken down. Trent trying to send out that sky flash, and it's just all the play leaked in. It's that backstab. The Marshall now going to be recovered.
Oh bhai pakad liya Cypher ko.
Spike is
kaise bataya re banda middler par acha
pot shots flying through.
Okay.
NongShim need this one to be clean.
We main par
could not do in that previous map. He's just riding in alongside the smoke. X-Ross able to find
GG,
one.
brother.
Jogamo going to be struck down on that approach in domain.
Oh, bhai.
Time starting to tick away as Dombey will be able to find the two at the back of sight. Francis cleans up Leaf, so about as clean as it can get. Marshall going to be carrying over all the key weaponry retained. NongShim find the 2-0 start.
Yeah, they're able to eventually suss out the correct read. Sure, there's the Sky Flash in the mid, gets you the kill. That's really all there was there for G2. Looking to maybe get that early headhunter kill and try to use that to scale into some success. Let Babybay go for those quick one-and-done peaks. Just wasn't able to connect really, but it's that early util from NongShim that keeps him a little bit off balance, makes him maybe pull the trigger a little bit sooner than he'd like. Only gonna have one bullet in the headhunter here. Got the outlaw though.
Oh, fully blinded up. Stuck behind that box, and Dombey able to wall bang him down. The shot from Babybay not going to be connecting as Dombey's able to find a second. Trent going to be eliminated now. Ground into the corner, trying to hold his own. The right click will get some damage, but it's far from a kill. NongShim are everywhere they need to be.
Oh भाई ये क्या चढ़े इस पे?
They will be converting this bonus.
बहुत ज़्यादा space ले लिया इन्होंने.
3-0 start for them on Sunset.
भाई बाय राउंड खुदवा दिया.
Perhaps this just means both teams took their time to prep for their opponent's map picks, suspecting that this draft was going to end up being very similar to the previous.
I think you're exactly right.
मैं जॉनो भी करके था यार.
Fully
जॉनो
agree.
भी तो वही निकल गया.
Leaf
Sentinels में चला गया.
trying to skirt
इजी हो गया जॉनो भी
between
का.
NongShim players. Very precarious position.
HUS hearing all of this noise that Dombey is making, and he should have Ivy falling into his trap. Takes a quick little second to readjust now. Turns the sights back over and catches Dombey in midair. Good damage found from Leaf, but still a bonus converted for NongShim as they start building up this economy.
I wouldn't be too surprised if Josh rips a timeout here very soon. You got to talk about some of these setups and how they have counters to maybe some of the set plays you have where they didn't before, right? They've got flashes, they've got the breach in there this time. So that quick hit that Jogamo wants to make there, that slide behind the box outside of the main, isn't going to work this time because there's so much they can actually throw back at you, whereas before they didn't have nearly as much. They had like a paranoia. It wasn't much.
Looks like for now we'll just be tabling it until the next rifle buy. Now a bit of a third attempt with that carried over Hero Vandal in the hands of Leaf. One charge away from having that res online as Ivy's going to be spotted nice and early. Dumps back across in the tiles to safety. Meanwhile, the exec getting ready to come through on the A site. Allen going to be forced away. Pop flash going to be sent in. They try to hound down Dombey, and they will be able to do so. Leap onto the one Trent with another. X-Ross is dead, and RB can only find one.
Fuck. Oh my god.
Jogamo picks up the Phantom, puts it to use, and it's a thrifty for G2 to get their first round win. And if you're Josh RT, if you were considering a timeout, you're not doing it anymore.
Nope, definitely not. Nope, don't need to. They just had to be a little bit patient. Play for the retake, get a great flash to go, a good paranoia there too. Hitting them from both sides there are G2.
Hello,
really nice.
Welcome to stream.
I mean, NongShim never even had a chance to react. Francis had a Rolling Thunder, no opportunity to use it. They just get smothered out of that round. Kind of curious if Babybay was going to go for the op here.
Enough money for it.
Opts to just hang on to the rifle for now. Since he had been cutting funds, I've been keeping track of his headhunter bullets. That's what kind of had my interest peaked.
ये one way अच्छा one way so
two,
उनके लिए दिया है.
for the Phantom this round. Maybe just since he scooped a gun up off the ground. They pass one over. Oh, RB though through the smoke.
3-1 का score है आगे उसके अंदर उसका.
Trent dead. He was one of the big.
भाई ये smoke spam में मरते हैं ना मेरे को बहुत गुस्सा आता है यार.
With that pop flash through the smoke.
भाई इसका ult है revive possible है but one over चढ़ा है.
Relay bolt's going to be sent through and Jogamo sliding across. Does manage to take down an RB, but the trade is going to be there.
Oman ने अगर मार दिया तो GG हो
the Rolling Thunder will
जाएगा.
crash across.
Oh my god.
Connecting on the two, but the wall has them contained.
Cypher भी खड़ा है वहीं पे.
Flash out, Dombey widely avoiding that touchback.
Oh भाई क्या
time
पे ball कर दिया. Crazy shit.
Should have had him absolutely screwed, but the cleanup is still
अरे
looking
ओमन ने
decent.
क्या होगा?
Trying to pilot this one together. Trent able to find that elimination. Ivy now getting ready to swing. And knocks them both out.
अरे नहीं, Neon एक
There's a clutch for NongShim to maintain a 3-round
oh
lead.
My god,
There's actually so much to talk about in this round, but it all happened so fast. There's the Rolling Thunder. There's the res. There's the cover of the res with the neon slide. There's the wall from Leaf to block in this entry to set G2 up for a potential last-minute defuse. But it's a wrong guess on which way Ivy had gone. They just assumed he had wrapped back to Link. He actually was just staying behind A the whole time. Tough to read in that situation. But nicely done by Ivy there. Be patient. Wait for his moment to strike. Zombie.
भाई लीफ को दिखा था यार, लीफ को वो करना था.
Continue there. Trent.
लीफ को वो करना था यार, लीफ ने हक दिया.
He wants to keep reconfirming.
ये राउंड उनका ही था.
Dog. He's going to see a lot if he does. High-low setup.
ये राउंड उनका ही था.
Shots out. Gives Dambi some pause.
हगीस कर दी भाई.
Slows it down for now, and Ivy just trying to cause some disruptions in mid.
And because of Baby Bay's op, you can lean your strong side into A now. This is really comfortable for G2. A site simulator all over again. Seekers. Yeah, oh, you know. Just don't clear them. It's
a decent amount of information.
They're yours.
Meanwhile, Backlit on the scale forward is able to find Francis. Spike on the floor, but Dambi still sliding in, is able to find one. Forces the reposition from Backlit.
It's a beautiful relay ball.
Peeking out, oh, Hat's going to be spotted, and there's a strike. Jogamo intercepting Ivy. As he tries to enact that flag. Dambi, however, slow approach, pop flash, confirming his presence, and Backlit has the counter swing. Meanwhile, Plant is going to be coming through. RB is all alone, and Xross needs to win that fight, and he does.
Okay.
Awesome to maybe try to get into safety, but oh well, we're going to be spotted, but it's still into the open, so it's an easy kill for Baby Bay to find, and now they know exactly where Xross is at. The swing, not even going to be allowed to get started. Baby Bay will just pre-fire it. It finds that kill, and G2 find themselves a second round.
Yeah, this is exactly how G2 wants to draw up their defense. You get into that op with Baby Bay. He locks down B site pretty much by himself. Then you can lean the rest of the players to the other side. You get the confirmation with the Sky Util there. Even though Dambi almost gets away with two, doesn't quite. They're still able to keep him contained outside of A. Then you're able to spread your wings on the map a little bit. Dambi will have that overdrive. So does Jog. Finger there for Dambi, though. And accoutrement of pistols for NongShim, though. Pretty similar thoughts here early. Little bit of extra help towards B this round, though. They want to put
अबे यार भाई AFK में डाल दिया मेरे को.
Different setup, and they are correct.
Can they break the off? Sprint in. Baby Bay going to be good for the kill. Makes his exit. Post it up on top of 10 spot. Here at Market will drop back.
तू बात कर रहा था वाला भाई वो AFK में चल गया.
इस टीम को सपोर्ट कर रहे हो, जो जीतेगी वो.
Saves them off. Tries to go for a quick little cheeky reposition, but
उसको लगा मैं हूँ वो.
find the kills. RB will get taken down at backside.
अरे लॉल भाई.
बोल रहे भैया कल लाइव करोगे क्या? बोला हाँ.
Oh, very favorite for G2, especially as Valen does that. Francis can't find a damn thing. And some of it the heals, but frankly, none of the players at G2 really ever feeling like they were truly in any peril. All surviving with quite a bit of health. They will deny a thrifty attempt. They get it flawlessly done. Now they're one away from trying to tie things up.
You know, what's funny is in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you know, Valen doesn't have a smoke. That's kind of a tricky crossfire. You might lose a couple players here as G2. And then he just shows up with the Phantom and answers the problem.
फेवरेट प्लेयर कौन सा है आपका?
Absolutely great stuff from
ये
him.
क्या तेरे को समझ में आ रहा है क्या? दो लोग बात कर रहे हो.
Getting into that op so crucial on this defender side to start locking rounds
अरे भाई
down.
ये क्या आंसर है?
Baby a little bit.
यार मेरा
towards mid.
मेरा फेवरेट प्लेयर बस मैं हूँ क्योंकि
He kind of sensing that.
मैं जब VCD खेलता था ना तो बहुत अच्छा खेलता था. अभी तो मैं रिटायर हो गया हूँ.
अच्छा.
We're shoving into the rendezvous.
को ज़्यादा पता नहीं है.
Taking the top mid. Could even go for a re-peek from there. But
oh,
will still get rewarded. Peek out from RP. Just enough shoulder.
क्या shot मारा है
भाई.
भाई.
Didn't catch him. They went and thought that maybe they could do a little bit of
उसने.
Yes, maybe देखता हूँ VCD को यार.
Also had eaten some damage. Out. Joggo trying to get that readjustment, but he will eventually find him.
आपने Sentinel trap सुना है? Sent trap.
Tough one.
Oh man.
Did he catch him off guard?
इतना छूना लगा था रे
Jog is as Jog does.
यार साइफर का ना कुछ ऐसा होना चाहिए रे कि जब वो केज डालता है तो ऑटोमेटिक एफ दबाने पे ट्रिगर हो जाए बिना उसको देखे
Unless I jump peeks this. Pops over the crosshair. I don't think he's going to be getting away with it, but oh no, fast swings it and wow, he destroys Baby Bay.
I think Baby Bay hit him, it's just so much of the box ate through that. Unless he'd taken damage somewhere else.
Yeah, he had to eat it from Leaf before.
Oh, okay.
पोस्टर तो मेरा
Not
चड्डी
quite
बड्डी
on
था
the
यार
mark with it,
वो बोल रहा था कि फनाटिक
Two
में आ
players
जा
quickly in position, Balin and Trent.
वाह
Trying to get this retake going. As
अबे
Overdrive is
सारा
going to pop,
कॉफी
slide
नहीं
to the
बना
back. It's
पता है
going to be Extros
वेंडी
collecting the
दूधी
first.
वेंडी
Trent
वो
able
हो
to
गया
find two, but now Leaf going to be noted. The camera set up
ओ
from Ivy.
भाई ओ माय गॉड ये
Botting him out on this
कैसे
approach.
तू लेट देख रहा है क्या
And against that quandary.
हाँ
You let this round go over to NongShim.
अबे
Go
तेरी
back,
तो
recover the
डिस्कॉर्ड पे
operator.
लाइव
Try to
करूँ
play
क्या
this out. A caliber of Leaf's player, the player of Leaf's caliber. Absolutely possible of making this
क्या लगता है
one
निकालेगा
work.
आराम से
He's gonna have to find them pretty damn soon. Now knows where they all
आराम से
are.
निकल लेगा
Ring around the rosy here with Francis. Running low on bullets, so just 4 remaining left
घुमा
in
रहा है
this
भाई
mag. The
उसको
time being played. He's out.
अरे
That will be the
भाई
round going over to NongShim.
अग दिया
Francis just dancing on him. NongShim
रिंग
will
गया
maintain the lead.
Yeah, even though the initial mid pressure that NongShim tries to create
कौन
feels like it's going to be
है
a
ना
round ender in itself. I mean, you
Close
lose
था
RP, you lose that Omen so early, but they're just so good individually, and Jog kind of goes for a risky play.
भाई
Then
उसको तो स्पैम में ही भर
Ivy
दिया
wins that big 1v1 up against Baby Bay's op in top mid. That really opens up the map.
यस
So, kind of one of those rounds that comes down to
भाई और बहन
individual play.
वैलोरेंट खेल रहे हैं साथ में
NongShim able get ahead in that regard in a lot of those categories. So
भाई यहाँ पे मैसेज
G2 now
करके बोलता है
taking a bit of a timeout.
कितना टाइम लगेगा
Maybe
लाट ले थोड़ा हक पर ले
Readdress a few things. I think maybe talking about some of that mid control potentially, but honestly, I think they have a pretty decent idea. It's just a tough moment there for
यार
Baby
ये वाला
Bay.
मैप खत्म
Ivy
होने पे
just
मैं अपन चालू कर
swings
देता
wide and instantly
हूँ तब
spams
तक
him
ऐसे
through
ही
the
बैठ
box.
के एडिटिंग कर ले
That's a hell of a round recovery as well, though, for NongShim. You lose RB that early. Don't have your smokes.
Right.
Still manage yourself forward onto the site. It's one of the things that breach can enable. A lot more utility to try to clear out some of these angles.
True. And it's
Escorted forward, but this should still be a bit of for G2. Dogamo will go for the investment. Thought maybe he would save, pick up the overdrive, but the Tour de Force is going to be online for Baby Bay.
yeah, it's a really important round for NongShim. If they can get the win here,
You want to
Tour de
play?
Force
Let's
gonna be
play.
there. it's going to make it a lot more difficult.
अरे
for
भाई ऑपरेटर
G2's
से
economy.
कैमरा तोड़ रहा है
It's going to be over towards B again.
Oh, Ivy trying to do it
my.
again. This time Jogamo is there. Yeah, played in beautifully.
Read him like a book.
एम लैब्स प्लेयर्स है भाई वो लोग
Flash over the top.
जो
Leaf
सामने है, वो
watching
सबको
from
देखते
alley.
हैं।
Gets a spot out.
पता ऑपरेटर में
That's slow
चार
over. There's
पांच ही
no
तो
way to
गोलियां
try to find
देती
a
है
punish off that.
4 गोली हो गए 5 होते 4 हो गए
Yeah.
Meanwhile, speaking of connections, Leaf. Hell of a shot.
अरे
Takes down
भाई।
downbeat 3 players now.
मेरे से तो
Left
कभी
for
डॉज ही
NongShim
नहीं
and
होता
sees.
भाई फ्लैश
We'll be able to find a grab here, but now Balin as well, spilling
अरे
forward into the
भाई
site. Just the one
क्या हो रहा है
casualty.
ये?
G2, the timeout call works a treat.
अगर ये G2
One away
जीत
from
गई
tying
तो
it
भाई
up.
बल्ले
Yeah, I
बल्ले
mean, honestly, a lot of this is just
ये
more back to
नोंगशिंग वो
their
है पता है
default
जिसने
2-3
PRX को हराया था
from B
जज
to A.
लेके
And then a little bit of a reposition for Baby Bay with that extra layer there to punish Ivy if he went for that swing again. And then Leaf hitting some filthy shots. Another big round for him on the Sage. The Battle Sage online for
कैमरा पानी में घुमा रहा
G2.
है
Another res available. Didn't need to use it in that last round. I guess the good news for NongShim is that you're not giving over ult charges, but you're on an eco. It's a very minor thing in the big picture. Francis has another Rolling Thunder. Are you gonna send this again? Oh, Trent's
अरे
in trouble.
भाई
Blind
क्या ही
up.
घुसी ओ
Fairway
भाई
in from
पहले
behind
दे
as well,
दिया
and Ivy's going to be able to find that kill. Now the neural depth's going to be invested immediately. Now just going to be giving over the space. Francis did quite a bit of damage, just trying to get that spike in play.
Now you send the Rolling Thunder, I think.
From this position. Certainly, yeah, going to be encouraged. We'll just go ahead, pop that one. Joggerbo tucking back around the corner. Relay bolt going to be lobbed in as well, trying to find this player, and Dombey will be able to get it. Gets a second. Leaf eliminated now. Just Valen. 1v5. No real way to try to turn the tides of this. Several players low, but it's not going to be giving him the opportunity to try to play this one out. Dombey near enough by. Prevent an ninja defuse. As there's the hold, there's the push, and Dombey wise to it. And finds the Thrifty. As NongShim get themselves up to 6.
Yeah, they're making nice adaptations again. We saw this a bit on Breeze. In the long run, G2 had a little bit more in the tank, but both these IGLs, both these teams have a lot of good ideas. In that round there, the smother they have on the Trent is really what just wins them the round, because there isn't much else behind it. Everybody else has to kind of abandon side. They've got him flashed in paranoia and catch him as he's jumping into the smoke. That's all they need. Then they scoop up a gun. They take the site. They're able to clear a bunch of space. They can use the neural theft. They can align for the rolling thunder. Get that Thrifty to go. Beautiful from NongShim. This one feels like it is going to be another very close map. It is back and forth the whole way, and you know, NongShim, an attacker side team, generally in their ethos. So as G2, I think if you get this next round, you're feeling pretty okay.
Yeah,
but hard to say for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we don't always follow the same trends here, but this is the third time that these teams have ever played against each other. Twice at this event, obviously played against each other at Master Santiago for the first time. It's always gone to 3.
Yes.
So I feel like we're going to be sticking to that script rather than rewrite it. Unless G2 buckle up, find these next 2 rounds, and then start things off with another pistol.
I mean, there's enough money here for G2. But this round's key because this is the one where you can get the op.
Operator.
No tour de force after this one, should it drop. Push forward. Valen able to find one. Looks to just get out and will be able to do so. The rendezvous there as well. So both players. Thieves at the night. Meanwhile, Trent finding a critical timing onto Ivy. And the timeout call, again, looks to work a treat.
It's just round after round. Someone else has a new counterpunch dialed up. This time it was G2's turn. They're even going to be able to heal Valen up a little bit here. And plant may go through, but there's a lot behind this. Jog even has his ult if he wants to rip that. There is not a lot that NongShim, other than Francis's util, can do about it.
Sprint coming in after Shock to try to hold them at bay. It's Flash fully connecting, but so far delay tactics working decently, but maybe he's able to find X-Ross. First player gone, now Francis falling. RB would have to do it all, and it's just not going to be planted for him at all.
Saving the area.
Backpedal out, save of the weapon. The rest of the squad going to be able to get the purchases through, but he needs to retain that gun. And G2, once again, knocking on NongShim's door. Going to make this a 6-6 half for themselves.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little setup at the beginning of this because oftentimes Dombey, if he's given free space outside of the orb, he's going to try to crest the corner to check for information before he throws the relay bolt. So Valen knows he can punish that. He has the opportunity to get up there, spray that angle down, and then TP back. Really nice little understanding of their opponent's tendencies. Now is it going to be NongShim's turn again? That up, still going to be there. Baby Bay is like, nope, never mind.
Now forced out of position very quickly. Meanwhile, Trent again playing the same angle, finding the same timings. Just going for it without that util. Meanwhile, Valen swinging out at alleys. Able to find the one, but RB storming forward. Baby Bay not fast enough on the draw. Cannot keep himself alive and in the fight. RB is frantically just dancing his way back over towards relative safety. Still some damage to be suffered. TP's around the back. Oxide plant. NongShim get the spike in play. Turn from the flash, Ivy.
Oh, what a read.
Angle, but yes, Trent is watching for it. RB dead. The face in, and the cleanup is good. G2.
Let's go.
They make it 6-6 at the half.
I just, again, we saw it in the previous round. I didn't really get to mention it because there hasn't been enough time. These have been pretty fast-paced rounds, but Trent's also repositioned 2 rounds ago after getting just bullied 3 rounds ago, where he moved further back up towards Link, in towards that box. Works a treat again. 2 rounds that he's able to find value. Yeah, I mean, once G2 gets into that op, gets into that comfort of Baby chamber, it opens up the map so much more for them to be aggressive at the choke of A main or have little traps set up along the way. NongShim, though, also some really nice answers. You have to be really impressed with this comp because they're able to now punch back against that sky a bit. They're able to create some of their own space, create some of their own trap plays with the util combos that we didn't see the last time out on this map.
They're still in such a rough position. Already the pressure of this map, being what stands between you and elimination, is there, but G2 to make it up to 6. I mean, you have to remember this was the pistol going to NongShim. This was a bonus conversion going to NongShim. They started this map off looking incredibly strong, having incredible reads on G2. These timeout adjustments from Josh RT have found an immense amount of value. So to get back to parity at the half, suddenly that 2-1 script for the series starts looking like we might have some alterations.
I agree. I feel very confident about G2 right now. The way that they have approached this match, you can see the frustration on NongShim. I mean, it is a better attacker side than they had last time, in a way, but it's also not in a way because of what you said, Achilleos. They won those first 3, right? Then after that, they only get 3 more.
They give up a Thrifty.
Yeah, and that's
it's just, you start pulling on that thread and start unraveling.
And the last time out, they only got 2 rounds on their attacker side on Sunset. Now, granted, G2 did win the pistol there, and then kind of it went 2-1, 2-1, 2. But still not super confident, and G2 good enough on this attacker side. At least previously. Again, very different comps, but they got 5. We'll have to see if NongShim's defender side is still up to snuff. You know, without that Sage in there, that's the big one.
All line into the rendezvous, Baby. Making his exit, pop much to the corner of the scale forward. Downbeat, dead, X-Ross on an island, isolated. Swallowed whole. Another kill. Francis now flash from behind. And Giacomo is just so damn fast. He's killed a 3rd. And I think it's safe to say G2 are winning this pistol.
Nah, dog.
I mean, Ivy. One of the map. This was the map, I think, where he got the ace.
It was.
And despite the loss, but I don't see him pull another one out of his hat here.
He had a Vandal and
Tuck back and go down to the spike.
Very different scenario.
But what brutality. I mean, to find nothing in this pistol, to try to jumpstart things, even just to get the ult economy going. Ivy's still worried about a potential flag, but it's a clean tap from Leaf. Continues to deliver with that bandit. Flawless round for G2 to take the pistol and take the lead.
This is simple stuff from G2. Wait for NongShim to overcommit towards the orb on A. Throw out a flash, throw out a relay bolt, throw out a paranoia. In that order to smother out the 2 players and just give them no hope. That's beautifully drawn up, beautifully executed. Hard to do it better than they just did right there. That's why you just sit in a lobby and practice those over and over and over again. Moments like that feels so good as a player.
Well, NongShim trying to go for a bit of a crunch here. Baby will be able to find the one, but Giacomo going to be traded out. Trent, however, keeping them in this round. And look at the damage suffered. X-Ross and Francis both down to slivers. One of them now finished off. Slow scale forward into immediate demise. Ivy again making his way over to this A site to try to find some additional damage. They know where he is. Confirmation off that guiding line that they really wanted. They could just pivot, but I think they still favor their chances. They just has a classic in hand.
Nice.
Trent eventually will be able to clean it up. 8-6. A lot of firepower still in hand for G2 as they go into their bonus, and if they convert this, I think it's game over.
Yeah, right now, they have a lot of good answers. Even though this one gets a little bit scrappier than they'd probably like, they're able to get that fault line to really pin in a bunch of players. The paranoia, too, makes this actually dangerous for a moment for G2. So, and NongShim having some good tools in the belt. It's just the strength of those tools in that round because of the weaponry behind it. Going to be that strong. Zombie, oh my god.
Oh! Just sending it in. It's nearly able to find that second kill. The cleanup will come through. Aftershock now going to be lobbed at his Trent down to a slipper, but still fighting. Cleaned headshot, but nothing more to be done. On the crunch play from NongShim. There's a bit more impact behind it. And it is all down to Baby Bay, who will get the tag, but Ivy's got full armor.
8-7.
NongShim preventing the conversion. A bit of damage going to be suffered, some armor to be rebought as well. They stop G2 from running away with a half.
Yeah, and now this is something you got to be aware of as G2, you know. This is a fearless NongShim team, even when they're down, even when it seems like the rain is never going to stop outside. You know, they'll grab the umbrellas and they'll come out and play. Gotta hang on. But like you talked about, the economic damage done there by G2. It's only 2 Guardians.
Means that this outlaw back in the hands of Baby Bay.
Oh my god, they're pushing.
Paranoid the chase, but Downby this time going to be taken down over at Tiles. Trent with the turnaround. He's able to find that kill. He finds his second RB dead. Ivy peeling back one as Francis gets involved in the fight. Gets Chocobo, gets Valon, and gets them into a 2v2. The spike now going to be dropped. The opposite side of this box.
Made noise on the gun drop.
You know, leave to try to cheat this corner, the slow orb. Trying to prevent them from being able to backpedal away, but instead they just step up. They go in for the fight, and they win it. Massive round from Francis. Gets the 3K. And NongShim, they might just be right back into this.
They're just sending it. I mean, I think G2 needs to kind of take one of those pauses like we saw on Breeze where they're going to hold back towards spawn a bit. It looked like they were going to weather the storm, but there's that extra unaccounted for layer through mid. And that means that Trent, as good as he was in the heat of the moment there, it's not good enough. Just too much storming his way. So they're just going to overload it. They're just going to make sure that if you're going to keep doing this, we're going to have numbers, although they have a weak buy. A lot of stingers. The G2 special.
Yeah, oh, what a haunt. Once everybody spotted out, Trent still does have that Guardian. He'll be forced away as the fault line goes through. Francis 2 away from having that Rolling Thunder online. DK will expire. He's pushing forward onto the site, and Jogamo none the wiser. Ends up getting taken down, and looks like NongShim firm control for them.
They're stalled.
Orb going to be grabbed. Leaf just trying to get that res online when possible. Trent eventually will be overwhelmed. Ivy finding one down, getting himself a second as Valon will get taken down. Just Leaf here at Alley, and he cannot hold his own. Not with that stinger in hand. Flawless round for NongShim. Economy ready to explode here for this squad. To get themselves back into the lead.
Yeah, now you're, I think, certainly going to see a pump of the brakes, I would think, from Josh. But you never know. He's been a little bit slow.
भाई क्या ही push कर दिए बे NongShim.
NongShim just
गप 3 राउंड निकाल दिए.
Buck wild over there on A. Actually, they're suspecting that G2 be thinking something different, but it's actually, I think, going to just be slow play here from G2.
Hello.
That op there, you know, and it's red again. Here we go.
Overdrive is out, the Paranoid connecting. Hello. Relay bolt going to be lobbed in. He's trying to keep him contained the wall in desperation. They're trying to keep themselves protected, but it's going to be Leaf. Francis just with the one, and G2. They backpedal into the corner, and NongShim are far too greedy.
My ultimate is ready.
अभी वो अकेला बचा है.
Slide in as Jogamo will have it. And again, timeout not required. NongShim, they fly far too close to the sun. They over-pursue.
क्योंकि वहाँ पे B पे वो ना
Absolutely punishes them for it.
I mean, the bonkers part about this is NongShim has, like, prepared for this. Off the rip, the stun is hitting Baby Bay, so he has to fall back. They're throwing a Paranoia. They're dashing in with the overdrive. This
9-9.
is exactly what NongShim expected. And this time, though, G2's able to hold on. Just nice timing on that wall there by Leaf. Really heads-up play to slow that down just enough for them to reset their aim and create that angle density.
You think just once you see that out, you know that you've got them all contained. They're shoved back into the spawn, and there's only one way to go unless they break the wall themselves. So it could have been just a clean disconnect for NongShim, then get set up on defensive sightlines, but instead, just too rabid, too hungry, too bloodthirsty.
Not the NongShim way.
That is very true.
No. The noodles are spicy. The play has to be spicy too, Achilleos.
Well,
I mean,
this one was all spice, no flavor.
It's the bomb. Yep.
We got burn after it, so. Slow pivot. Prowler spotting out. Maybe telling the whole story, though. Could just be that chamber on the other side.
You know, the thing about it is, though, is they haven't really been doing anything over at B. So the fact that you even get a little bit of confirmation there means that you're happy to start leaning B as your strong side. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Boy, क्या push किया है बे?
Push up through tiles, gets the catch on a Francis. There at top mid. Overdrive now from Jogamo, going to be up. Dami on the peak is able to find it with the op shot. Out from Market, but Leaf trades it back. Now looking to rescale back up into the site. Ball raised to swing through. Ivy will be good for one, but the plant can still be committed to.
I know exactly.
Safe angles. Zero depth. Revealing these players' locations. Paranoia not really going to be getting the connection that they would have wanted, but they still have the overwhelm, and now it's just Baby Bay out from main, and Ivy has him through the smoke.
9-10.
A strong and necessary response round from NongShim. Get themselves up to 10.
Yeah, good read just from the outset. This is RB getting into the mind of his opponent there. They knew that finally maybe going to be a bit of a different approach towards that B main angle. That Prowler was all he needed. And immediately, I see the breach starting to cheat over towards top mid. He even gets a kill up there. Gets killed up there, but it's all the right pieces in the right places.
This goes here.
And that's why they're able to weather that storm. Eventually get Ivy's ult to really seal the deal.
Let's play.
Tour de force. Baby bait. Try to hold underneath that one way. Zombie again with an op. Really nice shot from him onto the ulting Jogamo. Flash deep doesn't confirm anything, but that's just because all of NongShim had tucked in. I mean, look at Exros here. He's chilling in spawn.
He's checking for that TP.
Yep.
Needs to make sure that Valen is not going to get that backstab angle. Meanwhile, jump peek around the corner. Zombie considering if he wants to overstay on that angle. Decides to backpedal and cannot find the flick.
Ulti
Rolling Thunder invested just to try to buy some time. Jogamo able to drop down off the box and points that after shock, and now the Nightfall is going to be called in as well. Swing of the corner, and Exros manages to find the kill. A 4v4.
Here.
Okay, expired. Health back to full. Leaf doesn't have that res.
No. I'd really like to see change of directions here unless Baby Bay finds a pick, but it's so risky. He's got a couple different angles that he has to worry about there.
TP check from RP. Immediately going to be broken at alley. Push forward. Valen able to win that fight. He finds the follow-up as well. Exros now dead. RP. Tagged low. Sets up the smoke. Fakes the TP. The spike now going to be planted. He's scaling off of that one. Leaf with a double take. Sees what, and he's still going to be there. Finishes the job. Ivy now. Having to do it all. Fadeaway shot, the cleanup Valen, but nothing more to be found. Blow for blow, back and forth between these squads. G2 tie it 10-10.
It's just the little things in the heat of the moment there. Just Valen just following right behind that Sky Flash. No fear in the IGL. Willing to lead from the front. I mean, Jogamo is probably kicking himself a bit. He had a moment. If he could have got that crosshair placed sooner, he had Exros dead to rights after the Nightfall.
भाई क्या स्कोर हो रही है 10-10 बेस के यहाँ
the operator lost the rolling thunder from the shadows. The Nightfall all had been committed to no avail for NongShim.
That's true.
Only saving grace is that G2 not quite back into swinging their ults Just Leaf nearest by.
The concern is because G2 won the pistol, they'll be into their next cycle a little bit sooner, potentially. Look at...
Oh, bhai, pakka khaya.
Ooh, yeah, wow.
The heal can be there from Leaf. We'll get him right as rain, but armor will be lost.
That's still a lot of damage done. Jogamo has gotten up in the top mid, and Dombi thinking about it.
Smoke on the other side. Prowler going to be going in. They both sent towards Xross's direction, but Jogamo still trying to get this entry into Boma. Slides forward, and Francis will be able to sit him down with that bandit. Eats a good amount of damage, though. Some regen armor behind it, still only at 30. Certainly not a cozy position for the breach. Spike again planted on B for G2. Warning shot
Why dono amne samne baithe
into market.
No Leafs back here.
Oh!
They have the full confirmation. Counter swing not going to be coming in, and Leaf just can't quite find that spray to connect. Should have maybe had down to dead to right. Same time, Fastlane going to be situated. Ivy eliminated. And Xross having to do it all once again, this time in a 1v2.
1v2 bhai, le kaam 25.
The footsteps going to be heard.
Oh,
Baby
bhai,
takes the fight,
11-10.
takes his life.
Aur do
And
round.
G2 once again are now in the lead.
And now they're starting to work the map. They're getting a little bit more creative with the playbook. Having to look for that early mid-aggression and then using that to set themselves up to scale on the map. Even though Jog
But तेरा आवाज
not
कम
able
चालू
to get a kill, he's able to clear up
Cypher
all of that mid into market.
Cypher को नहीं
Coming
पकड़
from
रहे,
B
mid
main
push कर
then
रहे वो
too,
लोग.
sets you up for that flank
Mid to भी
attack
चल रहा है, door के through.
and gives you a nice post-plant setup.
Crazy match चल रहा है, yes.
Really smart play there right at the end of the
खेल
round
रही
by
नहीं है
Trent to not try to take that fight, to know that he has that op behind him. Tuck into the safety of the spike plant cubby. NongShim, they are in the danger zone.
Proper timeout. अरे क्या है भाई इनकी क्या है? भेस की यहाँ timeout पे timeout मिलते जा रहा है.
Timeout before they have to hit the eject button out of EWC.
I
mean, I think in general now, as G2, I like the big picture stuff where now they're starting to toy with the map. They're trying to explore different parts of the map. They're being much more cautious at the beginning of the rounds, looking for those, crazy fast aggressive hits where NongShim maybe wanted to tee Dombi up. Especially without that op in play, that's something you really got to be thinking about as G2. Making sure that you're not going to fall for any of those little traps, but overall, I like what you're seeing. NongShim, the economy, busted again.
Yeah, busted again, yes.
Thrifty did not let this go to match point. Could just flash swing out here. It's done. They're looking for a contact.
Maybe he's got an exit strategy.
Off of Ivy here.
Rest of the team, not so much. Slow orb up towards top mid.
Down
try to scale, slide into the corner. The Stinger will be able to find one as Valen peels back a kill. Francis out of the equation now. Paranoia chucked through, but it's going to be exchanged on both sides. Now he's still widely stranded there at tiles. Now flushed out as Trent finds the kill, and Leaf will be able to get RB. Ivy is not going to be fast enough, nor accurate enough on the draw. Leaf's just X-Ross.
अरे बट फिर भी
पहले
वाले मैच में तो वो लोग के पास बाय भी था, वो टाइम भी भाई का 25 किया वो लोग ने.
Will be able to slide over to grab this gun.
गन तो मिल गई इसको.
Can he put it to any use?
He's already had a pretty nasty clutch today. Maybe the young gun
4v1 कर पाएगा.
Give us a little bit more fun.
Slower going for him though on this fade. Flash doesn't give him confirmation, but that's more than enough there. Valen just making him have to think twice about trying to set foot on this site.
अरे भाई दे दिया.
Swing out, claims him.
12-10 भाई, G2 जीत रही है.
12-10. Match point in the hands of G2. One round away from sending home the final Pacific representative from EWC 2026.
Yeah, and what a moment this would be for G2. It's been a bit of a struggle for them at the international events this year, and this is one of the teams that has given them grief 2 times. And to be able to now bounce back and get that potential 2-0 here, you're looking at that, you're 1 round away from it. How sweet that would feel, and it would get you into the playoffs of EWC 26 to boot.
Just a ton of ults to work with as well. Nothing able to be forced out of that previous round.
आएगी 21
The
किलो
res,
है
from the shadows, the seekers, all ready to go. Ivy, one away from having that neural depth online. Dambi, one away from having that overdrive.
अच्छा ओमन निकल गया भाई पहले ही
Those will be critical for them in the next round if they can win this one out, if they can keep this going and try to push it into overtime. But for now, again, the stack at top mid, not going to be rewarded. It is just RB alone on the A side of the map.
Yeah, it's so important here that
he
just doesn't give his life up for free. It's going to get identified by a Seeker.
For the chase, and Natty going for that spray. Might have been able to find some connection on the Trent, but he does not. Meanwhile, Trademark noting the flank and Fallon looking to try to hold things down. Prowler the corner, Flash going to be connecting. Dami able to find the one, but Leaf comes away with two. The trade back is good. X-Ross keeps him in with a 3v3. The ult's now out of the equation. It's a double fight. He's able to find the enemy fade. X-Ross now dead. Ivy. So much weight being put on his shoulders. Stunned up. What? No. Turns back. He's able to find Trent. Shoulder roll. Dead as RB from on high. Is able to find the kill. And Ivy will keep them in this. The map, the series, not yet G2s. Still one away. The NongShim. One of their own from sending this into overtime.
Is that right as that stun was wearing off? That was crazy from Ivy.
अबे G2 Leaf ने दो kill ले लिए बे.
Looks like it might be their round. Ivy somehow, some way, thought he was done after he gets hit by that relay bolt. G2, yeah, knows that they have the end of this series in their clutches. They need this timeout. They need the big brain from Josh RT.
क्या वापस timeout ले लिया क्या?
To give them the solutions.
The scariest thing for NongShim is that the timeout conversion from Josh RT has been strong.
Very good. Very, very good.
If he can give them a solid enough game plan to bring this to a conclusion, that might just be curtains for NongShim RedForce.
अबे मेरे को एक बात बता, वामोस का मीनिंग क्या है हिंदी में?
Yes.
Still a couple of those ultimates online for G2. They still have plenty of money to go for the buy.
तो अपने हिंदी में अपन क्या बोलते हैं उसको?
You're definitely gonna have Ivy's ult.
हिंदी में गाली
Dambi
अच्छा
died.
He's got the
He has the overdrive. So got those two for sure. I think that's what's going to be real concerning. Those are two really impactful ults.
अगर G2 ये मैच
G2, you're probably kicking yourself a bit that you squandered an opportunity. Otherwise, one away from X-Ross is now as well. So this is
मेरे को लग रहा है G2 जीत जाएगी.
G2
क्योंकि उनके पास है रे मतलब देखना सामने दो गार्डियन है.
Maybe bait out a little bit utility here. See if they can trick NongShim into going for one of those aggressive hits that this time they're able to dodge with the
हाँ वैसे दो अल्टीमेट है उनके पास.
Use the cape.
अपने इसमें रिवाइव है.
The bull and the horns away from him.
और ओमेन की अल्टीमेट है.
Bit more defaulty here for
हो सकता है. नहीं यार गया खत्म.
Set exec here from NongShim to catch them off guard, but NongShim not really going to be falling into that trap. At least not yet.
No, they're being very patient at A. You can see the breach is up there.
भाई वो देखना क्या duo जैसे बैठे नियॉन और ओमेन.
Really senses that. You see this all the time on this map with the breach that they want to send out that util. It's great.
क्या बच्चा है भाई.
Absolutely. I mean, they knew he hadn't scaled yet. They had that camera situated. We'll spot everything out, but Void's getting caught in the trap. From Balin. It's over outside of A lobby. RB jiggling the corner. Now going to be sent through. Goes for a TP reposition. Still manages to plant his feet and find one. Going to be infested though. Right back into it as the overdrive. Able to find an immense amount of damage on the jaw, but the heal is available as well. Leaf just keeping them right in this mix. Jump through the paranoia now to fly. Francis holding it down for the first. Jogama will get taken out. X-Ross finding Leaf. And the time, it's getting away from them. Valor able to find the one, but the trade is going to be through. 8 seconds now remaining on the clock. The swing in and X-Ross comes away with a 3K, and NongShim are not done yet. 12-12. They take this into OT.
It just takes so long. Again, this new comp that NongShim brings to the table has so much stall, so much delay in it. Even though they get that res, Dambi's able to use his ult to continue to hold them at bay, and at that point, NongShim is able to continue to slowly rotate over because there's just no room for G2. They're smothered. They go over to this defender's side once again. Slightly better on this half of the map. Last cannon. It's the op for Baby. I think I'd be basically perma-running that with how well it went.
Neon के हाथ कांप रहे.
Just gotta hold the line here as G2 again. You had an opportunity, but you weren't able to get those last two. Now you've got to do it in OT.
ये साइड से आ रहे लोग.
All reset.
भाई पूरा A clear है भाई साहब. Sorry B.
G2 are trying to fight against the script here. Stop this from going to that third and final map. Baby Bay, a bold push. Manages to find that kill, tries to make his exit, but will be spotted. RB just too fast to scale towards backside. Operator down on the floor. Spike now. The plant committed to the slide in. RB, he's playing anti-flash. He ends up getting caught off guard. But Ivy, he finds Trent. A bloodbath here, so it's now a 2v2.
Why do we do?
2v1. The box there at Boba. Finds X-Ross and Francis now has to do it all. The double approach isolates it down into a 1v1. The right of the wall, but the shutdown from Francis. He gets the clutch. And NongShim now get themselves to map point.
Huge work from Francis. Individual brilliance on display. Baby Bay, his rendezvous, put him right behind that box where we just see RB get killed there. You know, Jog trying to break out, but there's a crossfire set up, so sure, he gets one.
I love that attempt from Leaf as well. It's so cheeky, but
it is.
It's a little bit too fast on the adjustment is Francis.
Read it nicely.
Operator again in hand for Baby Bay. Needing to win these next 3 rounds. But Dami, he's already in on top of Alan, setting up that fast lane, and he's finding a second. Jogamo eliminated. Dami's tearing them apart.
What do we do?
Gets the third. Trent seized in position, locked in mid.
Seen some crazy rounds. Be insane to see Trent and Baby Bay get the 2v4 here. Baby Bay up at the ready, knows that someone very well could be behind him. He's correct. But for now, X-Ross just gonna hold the line. They know they have the map, the time to work with. Here we go, Francis.
Could just be it here.
Again,
Baby Bay. He sends the shot into the floor. The swing in the corner, and Trent can't quite finish him off. 14-12, NongShim trading blows, trading map wins against G2. They persevere, and they push this all the way into a third and final map for the final slot of playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, this comp change, it got the job done. It certainly was not easy. G2 still very good on this map, but NongShim showing that they still have a lot of that memory from when they
almost.
Yep.
I am on.
Hello guys, that's it for today. I hope कोई जीते. अभी तो बंद करने की टाइम है क्योंकि भाई बहुत टाइम हो गया है. मेरे को लगा ख़त्म हो जाएगा जल्दी, बट नो. So good night.